Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. Today is Thursday, March 2nd, 2023, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $, ORION-NWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Golden State Warriors. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. So tip-off will be here in just a few minutes. We're wrapping up the Mavericks and the Sixers, the first game on the double dip, on the doubleheader on TNT. 38 seconds left approximately, and Dallas is up by 7, 131-124. A little bit slower back end for Embiid, and then a lot of Luka and Kyrie tonight, apparently. So I haven't watched the whole game, just a little bit pieces here. A little in the first half, a little bit here in the second. So I haven't watched the whole thing, but looks like Dallas has been in control for a good chunk of this game. But I know Sixers went on a big run here because Dallas was up by quite a bit. And, sometimes you just got to get on that nice little run. Look at this, says right here, 11-0 run in the last less than 3 minutes. Runs can be broken pretty quickly if you get a couple lucky threes in there too. Foul on Kyrie. And then we'll get started with the game here in just a little bit. NC Jolly in the building. Sarah in the building. Let's get to 100 and donos. Let's do it. And like I said, we'll be here for the next, 3.5 hours or so. And, usually I'll try to do the Blazers or whoever the late game is on TNT Tuesdays and Thursdays, or ESPN on Mondays and Wednesdays, unless they have something on Friday as well. And I know we got XFL this weekend. We also have AEW Revolution, which I probably will buy. I'm probably going to buy that and do a live stream watch party. I know not a lot of wrestling fans can probably afford it. But if you're going to buy any AEW pay-per-view, I think they only do 4 a year. This would probably be a decent one to consider. I know $50. We used to pay that for WWF pay-per-views back in the day before the network and then the Peacock and whatnot. And it definitely limited us hardcore wrestling fans on how often we could buy before this kind of cheaper version came out with Peacock. But AEW doesn't have a streaming service yet. They still need to expand the brand. But, Bryan Danielson, MJF, even if Bryan Danielson loses and they try to do the whole Roman Reigns thing with MJF, I'm not sure if that's what they're going to do. But I would like to see Bryan Danielson with the strap before he stops wrestling. Whether that be this weekend or, a rematch down the road to make MJF look bigger, more dominant as the, face of the company. I get it. But you could always, have MJF drop the belt and get it back. But, if you put MJF with the belt, I assume that they're going to try to give it to him for a little bit. So, yeah, NC Jolly has been a little bit. I've been trying to do college hoops, NBA, XFL, NASCAR, and obviously MLB is right around the corner, just to kind of supplement some things since NFL and college football is over. I could obviously do a show where I'm like, oh, I drink beer, we talk NFL every day, and I know we would get a lot of, some of the same regulars to be back, but obviously if I do that, the views will be limited. So I figure, until I get a little bit more established where I can label a video anything and I know people are going to show up, I might as well do games. And then, any other topics that we want to, go across throughout the game is totally cool. So NFL, wrestling, MLB, whatever, everything goes here. And then we do a little bit of nostalgia, video games, food, a little bit of mental health, the good stuff. 133-126 Dallas, 5 seconds left. See if they try to cut into the lead here. Deep three. Embiid, no good. Final score, Mavericks 133, 76ers 126. These are both playoff teams, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. I don't know if you're getting snow or what kind of weather conditions that you got out there, but hopefully everything is halfway decent. We had a couple days of snow here, but everything's gone now. There's only a little bit on the streets and on the lawn areas here and there, but yeah, they got better. That's for damn sure. When you can improve pitching and you can have Pete Alonso and some quality pieces, it looks like they will definitely have a shot to be able to go on a deep run if the pitching can stay healthy. So, yeah, I know Sarah's excited for, her Cardinals. I'm excited for the Mariners. I'm definitely going to be representing, the whole Pacific Northwest on this channel. So we'll be doing a lot of Mariners coverage, and I'll be covering Dodgers for my dad as well, and the Braves for like Jameson and a few others. I'll try to do as many teams as I can, but I'm obviously going to focus on the Mariners and who they play so I can get as much Julio in, live, so I can kind of see the growth right in front of my very eyes, and it'll be recorded here. And then obviously the Dodgers, and also we'll do like, Sunday night baseball and, the main games each day. So yeah, even though NFL is over game-wise and college football is over, there's still stuff to kind of get excited about. Not everyone is going to be excited for the draft yet, but, it'll get there. And then we got March Madness too. So even if you're not a big basketball fan, I think anybody can get it. It's like Super Bowl parties. Anybody can go. You could be the most like shy person in the world, but that doesn't mean you can't show up somewhere, eat food, and just comment on the commercials, even if you're not into the game, But I feel with March Madness, you don't even have to be a sport fan. It's just one of those things where, you can do a bracket at your work, or, you've heard of it. And it is an exciting time because like, you never know what's going to happen, in that kind of tournament style where you have an idea normally like one isn't going to lose to like 16, but once we get past that, anything is possible. All right, Kyrie. He's like, I can't wait to ruin another team. He said, it's all about me, me, me. How can I ruin this team? He's like, it's no longer Luca's team. It's my team. Yeah, I like a lot of the pieces that you have. Even though people know me for NFL and wrestling, if you're a fan of this channel, you should already know by now that I try to have a really good in-depth knowledge of everything. It takes a lot of work. It's stressful, but if it is your passion, I try to learn as much about every single player, every single team. And when I'm doing that for NFL, NBA, MLB, it can get, a little tiresome, but I feel that the more that you dedicate to trying to be like a hardcore fan, like if you're a Met fan, I want to be able to connect with you and, be able to know the history. And if you're willing to go to that type of depths for your fans and for yourself, there really isn't a situation that you're going to be uncomfortable in. So, that's cool. Kyrie gave some merch away here. Some of the little wristbands. Good for him. There we go. Kyrie might think the earth is flat and he might be a little cray-cray. He might be a me player, but at least he'll like hook up the kids. And I think that that's very cool. You'll get some of these guys that rarely hook up anybody, and obviously there's reasons because people, take that shit if they're an adult and sometimes sell it. So it's kind of like, okay, I could have given this to a kid, and he could have worshiped it forever, or not given it at all. So I know sometimes that might be, so it kind of ruins it for people like me and Preston that are a little older. It's like we would like literally go nuts if we could get some kind of crazy piece of memorabilia, but of course we're not gonna cut in front of any kid to get it. Some people do. Shame on them, huh? Yeah, who doesn't like that pickup? For the Mariners, thank you, because we don't have to worry about that bullshit anymore with the Astros. Astros still are very good, and it wouldn't even surprise me if they get back to the World Series again or very deep, ALDS, ALCS, even with Verlander gone. But joining the Mets, that's pretty nice. But the Mets' problem has never really been hitting. It's really been pitching. And it's like you have these big, big names, like, potential Hall of Fame names, all-star names, just like the dudes. But they never can stay healthy together long enough to be able to make that deep run. That's, the talent has always been there. It's just at the end of the season, the pieces break down. So, Yep. Finley in the building. How are you? We got Clippers and Warriors coming up here. We just finished up with the Mavericks and the Sixers. High-scoring game, 133-126. And we can pretty much go over anything that you guys want to discuss. Since I'm doing the NBA and the college hoops, XFL for filler content, after NFL, college football, AEW, WWE live streams, which we're probably going to do AEW Revolution this weekend, and I'll do XFL. But I'm actually kind of curious to see how this plays out. Both of these teams are kind of, I don't want to say they're going in opposite directions because the records are almost identical, 33-31 for the Clippers, 32-30 for Golden State. But without Steph Curry out there, it's not really the same team. With the Clippers, it's like, with a team like this, you can make the playoffs, but can you actually win a round? And we know Paul George is great, but he's not really a true one. He's more like a comfortable two, like Kevin Durant. Like, if you force the guy to be the one, I guess he'll try to do it, but it just seems like it's not his natural role. Kawhi is not the same as what he was, but every once in a while he can give you a Kawhi performance. And then on the flip side, Clay's Clay. What can you say? And then Draymond, Mr. Do-It-All. So we'll see on how the role players play out, and then we'll also get to see some of these other players that have moved on to new teams. But as you look at the Western Conference standings, the Suns are at 4, not for long. They'll be going up. Warriors at 5, Mavericks at 6, Clippers at 7, T-Wolves at 8, and then you got Jazz, Pelicans, Lakers all there at 9, 10, and 11. And really, anyone from 8 to 13 can make the playoffs. I mean, everyone is separated only by, I think, like maybe a 5-game separation. So in the East, it's pretty clear, right? You got the Bucks, you got the Celtics, you got the Sixers. That's it. You might get a surprise performance out of Donovan Mitchell in Cleveland and maybe around, maybe Miami can catch a little bit of fire. They've been struggling, but I don't really see anybody as good as the top 3, and I don't think anyone else does either. And even with that being said, Embiid and Harden, they're nowhere near as good as Milwaukee or Boston. If it's going to be a 7-game series, there's no way the Sixers are going to be able to win, at least not this year. They need more, right? And then in the West, we see Denver, but no one is intimidated by Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. So really below Denver, anything can happen. So we could get a Suns-Denver matchup. We could get a Suns Grizzlies matchup, Nuggets matchup, and there could be a surprise filler team that's in there as well. And they obviously got Russell Westbrook out of the Lakers, and we'll see his role here on the Clippers. And just because you want to go to a new team, just like with him in OKC with Harden and KD, the grass is not always greener on the other side. Now he's on his 4th team in 40 years, and he went from being Mr. Triple-Double for a season to Russell Westbrook. How things can change in just a matter of a few years. All right, let's see what the Clippers can do here. Kawhi, fade away. In and out is no good. Clay with the rebound. Let's go, baby. Hopefully this will end up being, over, I don't know if it's going to be in the 120s or 130s, but hopefully we'll get somewhere between like 101 and 110, somewhere in there. So at least we're getting some, competitive basketball for at least 3 quarters. Clay off the dribble, nice pass. Up and under, no good. Tip, no good. Rebound. Kawhi, push it, baby. Good pass for Kawhi. Set him up. 3, no good. Instead of trying to volleyball that rebound. Dante DiVincenzo. Like him. Coming to Portland. You and Draymond. Clay off the screen. 3 is no good. All right, let's see what the Clippers can do. Slow it down. It's not like this team's got fucking Darius Miles out there. Back in the day. Quentin Richardson. It's crazy how time flies when you remember certain players and different eras. Jump shot is no good. Someone needs to go inside and attack the paint. We're already at almost a 10-minute mark, and we have no points. Come on now. Floater. No good. Come on, baby. 0-0. 10:25 left. Both teams have missed multiple shots. Not all of them have been ugly. Oh, Russell, don't even think about shooting a 3. He looked at it too. He's backing down. He's like, yes, O-Dog, I will go inside. Layup is good. Westbrook. Okay, we'll see. Westbrook, we'll see. 2-0 Clippers. Thompson for 3. Bang! It's good, baby. Nice job, Clay. 3-2 Warriors. Ooh, down low. Plumlee is fouled. He'll go to the line. He almost tried to do some kind of crazy reverse dunk on Looney. Nice try. You're not going to be able to do that kind of play, Plumlee. You crazy? What's good? Hi, Paisley. Plumlee, first free throw is good. 3-3 Warriors and Clippers. Shooting percentages are not good to start this game, but at least hopefully we'll get into a little bit of a rhythm here. Anything sport related that you guys want to drop in the chat, please do. Second free throw for Plumlee. Shot putting it with his left. Looks very awkward. 4-3 Clippers. Not a whole lot of injuries, but there are a few key names that aren't playing tonight. Obviously, no Steph. No Andrew Wiggins. Ooh. I like Jordan Poole's game, for a guy that was really raw and seemed like he was a little ball hoggish, because obviously you need to be able to score to earn playing time early on. And then I think he's really proven that, if someone is injured, like a Clay or Steph, that he can easily step up and get 20 to 30 for you. Solid player that, maybe came from a guy that could score 10 or 15 a game, and he's elevated his game. Sometimes still takes a bad shot, but what fucking player doesn't, 0.4 left on the clock. Gordon with the pressure. 9:19 left. Clippers up by 1, 4-3. We just knocked this game out just a few minutes ago. Shot at the buzzer, no good. That 0.4 would have even counted anyways. Westbrook. Nice pass. Okay. Now this is the Westbrook that I'm going to get. I don't mind this one. This is the one that actually plays unselfish, that has good court vision. That was a nice dime, but how often am I going to get that? The disciplined Westbrook and then the undisciplined Russell. Baseline by Draymond is good. Nice job, Dre. Come to Portland, baby. We'll take you next year. They're going to pay Jordan Poole more money anyways. You know this, and that'll make you upset. You didn't slap him in the mouth last year for no reason. 6-5 Clippers. Oh, nice pass, Draymond. Good defense, though. He poked it away. He was looking, though. Westbrook. Layup is good. Westbrook to Westbrook. 8-5 Clippers. So far, so good for Westbrook. Horrible defense there. Layup is good. All right, Draymond. He says, I'm money, baby. 8-7 Clippers. Kawhi at the top of the key. Baseline to Russ. In and out, no good. You should know better. Just attack the paint. That's what you're good at. You can't shoot threes. You can't shoot jumpers. Clay for 3. Let's go. 10-8 Dubs. But this does feel like Russell is going to have a big game tonight. It looks like triple-double type of game he could have. He's aggressive. He's making good looks. His basketball IQ, court vision is good tonight. Definitely can be a double-double, high double-double game, or maybe a triple-double game for him, as long as he doesn't get in foul trouble. Plumlee with the rebound. George for 3, no good. Oh, almost rolled in. Yeah, as long as George and Kawhi get looks and Westbrook doesn't try to shoot every time, I think that'll be the disconnect. As long as, he doesn't try to take over the whole team, then it'll help the Clippers. If he starts, kind of, I'm the man, and, he's going back to thinking he's the Westbrook from OKC, then you're in trouble. But so far, we're getting the good version. We're tied up at 10, first quarter, as we go to commercial break. All right. I might actually have to throw up a photo of you. I didn't think I was going to have to tonight, or very rarely, but I better. Yeah, it just wasn't a good fit there with the Lakers. Like I said, you already had Schroeder there, and sometimes there's just certain teams it's a better fit, and it just was not a good fit there for him or Patrick Beverley. So, and they made the right decision of keeping Schroeder. That was the correct piece to keep if you're choosing one of the 3 for the Lakers. If you've watched any of their games this year, I'm a Blazer fan, but I try to watch everybody. I might not watch full games, but since I've been doing this, on the channel, we're doing full games every time I'm doing it here. So I'm definitely trying to soak in a little bit more each week than I did. It's, reading is one thing, and, catching a few things here and there highlight package wise, but it definitely gives you a better understanding of each team as we're going into the playoff push. If you do watch some full games throughout the season, and, I'm just trying to do the ones on Tuesdays, Thursdays on TNT, Monday, Wednesdays, if Friday has one, ESPN, and then I do all the Blazer games as long as they're late. If they're early, then I may not be able to do them. But even if we're not a playoff team, at least I can, kind of give updates on Dame Dalla. And most people know he's, obviously one of the better guards in the globe, in the country, in the NBA, but still doesn't get enough respect, I feel, across the league. Some people do, but not everyone. But we have a good one here today, and I can't believe it. I have Russell Westbrook photos. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Let's get to 100 in donos. We will be able to get to that. I know we will. And we'll be chilling here for the next few hours. News-wise, anything you got for me? Combine-wise? I mean, obviously, Sarah has sent some information, and we've had some people do drills and get some good numbers. You've had some people from your own, school that you root for, and Iowa Hawkeyes, making some splashes there. So, yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting to see how everything plays out. Read more about the Jalen Carter thing. Anytime you're doing like speeding or street racing, I mean, that's a lot better than, some type of robbery or, if you're in something criminal wise. I mean, it's a dumb thing that he did. It's like when people get DUIs or, whether they get it for marijuana or if they get, which is kind of stupid if you ask me, but, I mean, most people are not going to be driving a car if they're smoking. They're going to be on the couch. But again, some people do. I get it. And then you got the DUIs with the alcohol. Big deal. Really big deal. And I guess the marijuana stuff can be a big deal too, especially if you injured someone, right? And you're just an amateur, right? But, the street racing stuff is not good. But I was just thinking how ironic it would be, right? That, they were like, oh, Jalen Carter's going to get picked by the Seahawks, and then he has this like thing, right? What happens if they trade down, right? And they still get him. Like they trade down to like 8 or 9 and then they actually draft him. I think Seahawks fans will go fucking crazy. I hope that doesn't happen. But I was just thinking about that this morning. It's like they are just so like, 50-50 on this guy, but most people are like, no, I want someone else. I want someone else. It would just be kind of crazy to think if that, they trade back and they're like, we don't have to worry about him anymore. And then they actually do draft him like 3 picks later or 4 picks later. That type of shit has happened before. I'm not trying to talk that into existence necessarily, but it will be interesting to see what team picks him. I mean, even with the street racing thing, I mean, he's still going to get picked in the top 15 picks. He won't slide past 15. You wouldn't think. Free throw is no good. Who doesn't want Josh Jacobs? Hey, Josh Jacobs, come to Tampa. I'll take him. All right, Draymond. Free throw is good. Warriors 11, Clippers 10. Westbrook at the top of the key. I mean, they're just leaving him. There's nobody even near him for like 15 feet. Rebound by DiVincenzo. This Westbrook is actually like impressing me a little bit. Like it just being more of a facilitator. And even if people are leaving you open and that disrespects you in your brain, the reason they're leaving you open because you can't shoot. You just have to know who you are. And, I know in your mind, you probably think you can make some of those and you can, right? But you're going to be more of a weapon if you go inside because then you can distribute or you can draw fouls just like that. So this is interesting. If this is the type of Westbrook that we're going to get with the Clippers, they might be able to win a round with Paul George, him, and Kawhi. But I need to see if he's going to play like this like all the time, or is this just like a fluke thing, So many faces. It's like Jekyll and Hyde with Westbrook. It's like some things I like about him, some things I don't like about him. Sometimes when he's on this team, I like him. Sometimes when he's on this team, I hate him. But so far, I like what I'm seeing. He's not a liability at this point, and that's essentially what you want: someone to help the roster, take off the pressure of George and Kawhi. And this isn't necessarily the 100% answer, but I guess for now, in this little playoff push, it looks like it's helping. Free throw is good. 13-12 Warriors. And the game's on TNT if you want to watch along. I'm doing good. What's good with you, bro? 13-12 Dubs. Draymond, a little two-man game. Let's see what we got here. Clay, top of the key. Air ball. Clay. A very rare air ball. You ain't going to get too many of those. All right, let's go, baby. Show me something. Kawhi, dribbling baseline. Double team in the corner. Let's see if they have good ball movement here. Paul George swings it out to Kawhi. Woo! There we go. Little 1-2 combo. Kawhi Leonard from deep. Sloppy basketball there, stolen by the Clippers. Take it, Westbrook. All the way. Should have went all the way. He had the contact there. Just go all the way, bro. Jumper from the outside by Kuminga is good, and we're knotted up at 15. Yeah, I mean, I don't think necessarily anyone thinks that he's like going to be a bad player, but I just think is like if you want to pick him at 5, that's the thing. You know, if you're a Seahawks fan, I don't think you want to pick a player at that position at 5. You know, I think there's other players that would be smarter to pick and less of a risk. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's Jalen Carter, you know, after that, you know, pick like 7, 8, 9, whatever. But it's like if you're Seattle, yeah, you need D-line, but you also need D-end. You need linebacker, you need fucking safeties, you need more O-line. I mean, it's like there's a lot of pieces there. You know what I mean? But he ain't no fucking Warren Sapp, and he ain't no Aaron Donald. So, I mean, if I'm picking a fucking D tackle in the top 5, that's who I better be getting, because if I'm not getting that type of talent at top 5 pick status, what are you doing? You could probably get someone just as good in the second round then. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot of talent there, especially D tackles. Sometimes there's like really good quality D tackles where you might only get 1 or 2 drafted in the first round. And maybe that third or fourth one ends up being the best one in the second round. You know, it's happened before. 17 all. Baseline. Ooh. Nice little flush there by Kuminga. 19-17 Warriors. Now we took Paisley to the vet and, you know, got her shot and, you know, check up and everything. So everything seems like it's going pretty good. I don't think we have to take her for another one for quite a while, but, you know, not too much overweight. I figured with the treats that I give her, even though we walk every day, but, you know, I was hoping it wasn't going to be something where she's like 15 pounds or more overweight. So it's more like, you know, 6 to 8 pounds. So that's good. So I just got to cut back a little bit on the food, even if she gets whiny. And then we'll just have to keep walking, you know, like we have been. And then we'll be at the right weight. So it's not even that big. I mean, it's like going from like 64 pounds to 58 pounds. So definitely doable. Lakers in 5 in the building. What to do? Yeah, there's going to be some quality defensive players. I mean, there's going to be quality players everywhere, but there definitely are some positions that aren't as good in this draft. And if you actually look at the quality of talent that we still have left in college football, I mean, next year's draft might be better than this year's. I mean, this year's looks pretty good, but next year's could be kind of compared to maybe that Trevor Lawrence draft, maybe a next year's draft. But, you know, there's still going to be some pretty good names. And we'll have to see what kind of trades are going to be done. You know, because if you sit back and wait, you never know, especially if there's only 2 solid quarterbacks that we believe in. And there's maybe 5 teams that really want those 2 guys. Who's going to give up the capital to be able to get the first one? Because someone probably is going to have to trade up to number 1 with Chicago, and they know it, you know. So that way, if you are in love with, you know, CJ or Bryce, and you're sitting at 3, 4, or 5, you might not get them. You know, you might have to just go bang, bang, 1, 2. So, and then there more than likely will be at least one big trade, you would assume. And then one big trade will, you know, kind of change the whole landscape in the draft. We know that. All right, 19-17 Warriors. Started off a little slow. Let's take a quick look at the box score while we're looking at True Blood, which I actually just finished on HBO. This version on TNT is going to be very non-bloody, and it doesn't give you the full thing. I mean, it gives you the kind of the idea of the show, but the only way to watch the show is HBO. If you don't watch it on HBO, it's not the same. You got to watch it there. So we got Paul George with 2, Kawhi with 5, Plumlee with 4, Westbrook with 6. 2 assists for him as well. I like this version of what I'm seeing. And then Clay's got 10 already. Draymond with 5. Okay. Oh my God, March Madness. March Madness will be fun. We'll do some games for March Madness too. Yeah, because the thing is, if you're just sitting there, there's a chance that there may be a team that's, steals that spot, even a surprise team that we're not even thinking of. And then if that happens, then, you can go for one of these other guys or whatever, but then you might be thinking, oh shit, next year, because if you don't get Bryce or CJ, everyone else is a project. And then next year you'll have probably Caleb and Drake May and maybe one other that's highly touted as those two. Up and under by Kawhi. Nice layup there. Nice job, brother. Use those muscles. We're knotted up at 19, 3:25 left in the first quarter. Clay, fade away. Ooh, it was good. Nice job, Clay. Clay is balling. 12 points for Clay already out of the 21. Yeah, normally I would say not to trade up, but in your situation, yeah, you might have to. Especially if you're trying to land that franchise QB, this year. I don't know. Anthony Richardson and Will Levis does not sound sexy for the Colts. It sounds like a terrible pick, especially if you're sitting up there within the first 5 or 6 picks. And if you can't land, alley-oop to Kawhi, but you want to land CJ or Bryce. If not, it's a failure, or at that point, then you don't even go for quarterback. You have to go for the best player available, even if that's like an Anderson. That's what you would have to do. And then just try to figure out what you're going to do with, quarterback later. And even if you don't have a great one, then you can always look to next year. Sometimes you got to suck for a couple years before you find that guy, and a lot of times it takes forever. Shit, I've been looking for a franchise quarterback my whole life. I've never had one. Never had a franchise QB. I mean, Brady came in here at the end of his career, but I mean, I've never really had someone I could build with, all the way through. Just a guy here, a guy there, Brad Johnson, Chris Sims, Jeff Garcia, Bruce Gradkowski, a bunch of other shitty quarterbacks like Josh Freeman. Floater from 3 is no good. Plumlee with the rebound. 23-21 Clippers. Deep 3. In and out, no good. Kuminga with the rebound. I like Kuminga's length. He'd be great on the Blazers. Just anyone that can fucking play defense. It's I don't know if the only hope the Blazers would have is if we got the first pick in the draft. Corner 3 is good. Kuminga with a 22-footer from deep. Jerome with the assist. 24-23 Warriors. Kawhi. Nice. With the left as well. Nice smoothness from a bigger guy at forward. Nice job, Kawhi. 25-24 Clippers. Floater. Poole. No good. Foul called. Kawhi, baseline, 1-on-2, swings it. Got rejected, but he followed his shot and good. Terrence Mann. Anthony Lamb. Ooh, I see you. Jordan Poole. Deep 3. No good. Gets his own board. Lamb. And then a foul. Kuminga going to the line. Or Looney. All right, Looney to the line. Come on, Looney.
Particularly in the case of Lamb, they're going to have some decisions to make as they go down the stretch of the season. He's a guy that Steve Kerr clearly trusts a great deal.
First free throw is good. Second free throw rattles in. Kevon Looney. 27-26 Clippers. Good competitive first quarter. They missed a shitload of shots early on. So at least now it's competitive. It's almost crazy to think that both teams are almost at 30. I don't know how many shots each team missed before they made their first, like 4 or 5 each. We were at 0-0 for the first couple minutes. Nice pass. Corner three. No good. 9 seconds left. See what the Warriors can come up with here if they can get a lead. 3, no good. And that's the end of the first quarter. 27-26 Clippers. End of the first quarter. 27-26 Clippers.
Anthony Davis, the brow, Hawaii, the sheets. Ooh, the 8,000 direct count came up back. So the thing is, AB needs his beat sleep, right? He's like, when he wakes up, he just drops it. Just like, boom, for 300. Too much. So look, this right here, this is AB's perfect stuff.
Yeah, there'll be quite a few teams that, may jump up to the first like 3 picks, somewhere in there. But I mean, like I said, the jumping will more than likely be for those 2 quarterbacks, And then you just have to think if you want to be able to gain capital, because that's the number one thing Chicago's thinking. I just want to get as many first and second rounders and extra third and fourth rounders as possible for someone like the Colts to jump up to 1 and grab either one, because then that would you would be sacrificing some capital. But if you can choose which one that you want, that would be the best position for the Colts. So that way, maybe they think that, Bryce is the guy, but if they trade up to 1 and then they are kind of having second, thoughts, and they're like doubts a little bit, then you can go to the other one. So I did see that. Rest in peace. The original owner, the founder of the Panthers, the one that created it, the original owner. Yeah, I like what I'm seeing from Westbrook, though. I didn't know if he was going to be like, Westbrook and he'd just be a ball hog, but he's actually distributing the ball pretty well. And it looks like it's kind of a good fit. Like I was a little skeptical. I was like, I don't know, man. This was a terrible fit in LA for the Lakers. And it just seems like if they're going to let him play, as long as he doesn't ball hog it and he distributes to the left to Kawhi, down to the right to PG, yeah, I think it can work. I mean, do I think they're going to be able to make a huge deep run? No, but they can probably compete in the first round a lot more now with him. So I don't think it's like, we already know it's Denver, but anyone can come out of the West below Denver, and maybe it will be the Suns with KD. I mean, it should be. I mean, I would probably think the Suns should get past the Grizzlies and everyone else, but you never know. And then it's pretty much Milwaukee and Boston unless someone gets hurt, and then the Sixers will take one of their spots if someone gets hurt. If no one gets hurt, then it's Boston and Milwaukee, period. Yeah, they'll have a good chance tonight. Norman Powell, I like him. He was on the Blazers briefly, and we loved him. This guy has really good energy. He's a very underrated shooter. He's like a no-name guy. Like no one even knows who the fuck this guy is, Norman Powell. But when he came to the Blazers, I looked him up, and I was like, wow. I was like, this guy is a hooper. That's one guy I wish that was still on the team. This guy right here on the Blazers. I mean, we lack scoring, and defense and rebounding and toughness. At least I can admit it. I know some Blazer fans are just fucking delirious, and they just think that just because Dame goes off for 71, that changes like something. Like we're gonna do something. No, we're not. Like, open your eyes. The bench is terrible. Defense is terrible. No toughness. Anthony Simons is hurt a lot. So it's like Dame, Jeremy Grant, and we need a lot more than that. I mean, we do like Shaden Sharp and his dunks and stuff, and we got guys, but it's just the depth is so thin, paper thin. Foul called, 27-26, Clippers, as we're going into the second quarter. Finest moment, but a very strong competitor for that 6th Man of the Year award, as is Russell Westbrook. Game is on TNT if you want to watch along. Nice pass by Draymond, and that's exactly what I want in Portland if we could get someone like that. His basketball IQ, I know he's a menace, he's a shit talker, but his basketball IQ is very high. And I assume they're going to give more money to Poole next year, so Draymond will have an opportunity to take less money and stay, or get paid a little bit more and go somewhere else. But I know a lot of Blazer fans, including me, Justin, and quite a few that I know, that we're hoping that we could get someone. Like, we're not going to be able to get a superstar, but if we could get Draymond, that would be a big start. That would help Dame tremendously. Well, based on what I watched, just in the first quarter, it's not the same Westbrook that was playing in LA, but also the role was different. I mean, if you're going to let Westbrook play point guard and let him start, compared to him being like the third option point guard and that energy guy with the Lakers, when you already have Schroeder and Beverly, it just was not a good fit, for that particular team. But for this team, I think it's much better fit because they need more people that can score here, and it's not as jumbled up with talent like you have with the Lakers. You just had too many players that were too similar to each other on the roster. And then with the moves that you guys made, you guys are better off now anyways. Clippers, it looks like they're better off with them, and you guys are better off with the moves that you guys made at the break. I like a lot of the players that are on there too, like Reeves, Vanderbilt, for defense and rebounding. Lots of good. Mo Bamba, some blocks, rebounds. Like, each guy is kind of good at something. That's a good thing to have, especially if LeBron's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Powell, floater, no good. This would be the dumbest thing in NFL history. If you were a Raider fan, you'd stop watching. If you get Richardson or Levis, that would be the stupidest shit ever. Seriously, all the fake hype, like, oh, Richardson could be the first pick in the draft. Okay, well, if you want to draft him, number one, go right ahead. But that guy ain't going to be that good. I don't think so. I mean, it depends on what team he goes to and, what weapons he has around him. But I don't see what everyone else, he's not better than Bryce. He's not better than CJ. So, I mean, if you think he's going to be like Justin Fields, but Justin Fields can't throw. So I don't know what these people are trying to cook up, but I'm not buying it. I ain't biting for that shit. I don't even know if Richardson is honestly a first rounder. I don't even think he's that good. I mean, I watched a lot of his games. I mean, he showed promise, you know what I mean? But just because you're good in fucking college, you can even win a fucking Heisman, and it doesn't matter. You won't be doing shit in the NFL. Like, you got to be a special breed of a player. And if you're not the prototypical size of a player or strength, you better have like the mentals like a fucking of an Einstein and a heart like no other, like Rocky. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to make it. You know what I mean? You have to have those extra things, going for you and be really mentally tough. I don't know. I just don't see it in some of these other players. And if I'm looking at quarterbacks, I'm not drafting anybody not named CJ Stroud or Bryce Young. I'm not doing it. I would just take my chances with a veteran or go for a quarterback next year rather than go for whoever's left over. Now, is there someone that could pan out after those two? Sure. It's always possible. But, I mean, go back and look at the last couple drafts and how good the quarterbacks have done. It hasn't been pretty. Jordan Poole with the layup. I mean, I just call it how I see it. You know what I mean? Yes, I know there's talent, but, I feel like evaluating talent is one of the best things that I do. And you're not going to be right all the time, but I feel if you read more and watch more film, you're going to have a better idea, a better chance of being somewhat right. DiVincenzo for 3, no good. Poole with the offensive board, a 32-30 Warriors. Nice job. Nicholas Batum, the former Trailblazer, knotted up at 32. Jordan Poole trying to do a little two-man game. Unselfish ball for the Warriors. Catch and shoot three. Airballed. No good. Plumlee with the rebound. Daniel Jones. Well, everyone's going to get more money because the salary cap keeps going up. So, yeah, when you think of guys getting like 40, 45 million, big three right there by the Clippers. But when you're talking 40, 45 million for guys like Carr and Daniel Jones, your like brain explodes. You're like, what? Hell no. There's no way in hell I would want to do that. Dayball showed you that you can run with Daniel Jones, though, and he was a good rusher. But, I mean, the guy's limited, on what he can do. It's like certain guys, they just cap out, and that's all you're going to get from them. You're just going to be kind of maybe slightly better, depending on scheme or other players that come in, but you kind of have an idea of how, high the ceiling is or if the guy actually can, go deep in the playoffs or not. And I mean, even Daniel Jones in San Francisco, I don't know if that's good enough to win a championship. He's like a Jimmy G. It's like, you can get there maybe with him, but, relying on defense and running game and coaching. But what happens in the fourth quarter when he gets fucking smacked? The same thing with Jimmy. You already kind of know what's going to happen. 37-32. For me, the Niners are only going to be able to win the Super Bowl until they get a top 10 QB. And once they do, that's when you'll see San Fran rifle off a Super Bowl or two. But if they don't get that top 10 guy, it's going to be pretty difficult. 37-32. And then same thing with the Bills. Once the Bills establish more defense and get that stud running back, then that'll be the difference between maybe, failing and losing to the Chiefs and Bengals, or finally, getting past everybody and making up for those 4 Super Bowl appearances in a row and all losses in the 90s. And they can, celebrate Josh Allen and jump through tables with Bills Mafia. Floater is good. But it's like every year they just think that they can get like RB2s, RB3s, Josh Allen, and every year they fail. It's like, open the fucking memo, dude. You need a better running back. It's clear. Defense needs a facelift too, even though they have a lot of players. But for as like hyped as the defense was, after the first couple of weeks, they started playing like shit. They weren't very good. Like they were like a popular name because it was like Bills. They're good, and you just think Bills, you think Allen, Diggs, you like production. And then the defense was doing something the first couple of weeks, and then they just fell off. But also, when you have Vaughn go out, then that's the heart and soul. You don't got the heart and soul, then the heartbeat isn't going to be very good. And they got ripped up. 37-34 Clippers. Jameson in the building. What'd it do? Right. But I'm just saying, because I follow Gator football. A big part of me being Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan is following the Gators, in Oregon and seeing what they have. But I'm just saying, first pick, like, you know what I mean? These people are saying, like, first pick. It's just ridiculous, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even that big of a believer in Kyle Trask. And, we drafted him probably way too high in the second round, even if you're learning behind Tom. It's like a lot of these quarterbacks, I've seen a bunch. Tebow, Chris Leak, Spurrier. I mean, I can go back with all the different Danny Warfel. I mean, I've been watching since, the 80s. So, I mean, I've seen them, but I'm just not that impressed. I just have to keep it real. It's like me, that's like me saying, oh, Bo Nix is going to go number 1 next year. You guys would think I'm a fucking idiot and like completely biased, and it's, it's not going to happen. Like, even if Bo goes crazy and, does the dual thing with rushing and throwing, it's not going to happen. I mean, there always could be potential, for guys that are project guys, but I mean, they're definitely talking about him going 1 overall or like in the first couple picks. Because I just don't see that. If you did that, you're gonna be fucking over your organization. So that's just the honest truth. 37-34. Nice pass. Plumlee, go up. There we go. Westbrook to Plumlee. Good teamwork there. What am I seeing? Westbrook was teamwork? What the hell?
ready for the NBA playoffs. Warriors, Clippers on TNT. You want me to do a jingle? Oh, this is not a jingle. One hit for Uber One. No, that sounds like a jingle to me. They don't do jingle.
We're talking about a hit song.
One hit.
Uber One can save you on rides and ease. It's kind of sweet.
That's cool. What else we got?
Uber One saves you forever, rides and ease, save on whatever.
Okay, Donna.
Your milkshakes cost way less than before this mention.
Yeah, the media people are so stupid. And no matter how many mock drafts and no matter, predictions, no one is ever close, it seems like. Because like I said, there's always going to be things that no one is accounting for, all kinds of smoke, people saying that they're interested in this particular player. Of course, they're not going to tell you in the media. Anybody in the organization is not going to say anything about anyone they're interested in. So if anyone leaks something, it's fake news. You know what I mean? It's just smoke. But a lot of times when people are on the internet, they believe everything that they see, like from every source, verified or not. It's just like, you're going to give yourself, brain aneurysms thinking everything is fucking real. So.
Anyway, their folks can shop personalized results to see how each car fits their budget.
Yeah. So far, though, he's playing good. He's playing better. It's a better fit with the Clippers than it is with the Lakers. Him being like the third option point guard with 3 point guards deep, with Schroeder and Beverly. It just, you guys has had not a good chemistry there. But now here, if they have him start and then they have Paul George and Kawhi on the wings, it actually works, because they need people to be able to facilitate. And for the Clippers, it actually is a very good fit. It's probably one of the best fits that I've seen out of all the teams that he's been on. Besides obviously the OKC with Durant and with Harden, that was a gem to watch back then. But oh yeah, because that's all they do. You know what I mean? Overhyping, and I mean that's just what they do, man. They have to find ways to try to get ratings and stuff. I don't really follow any of those guys. I mean, I'll see some of their stuff from time to time on maybe my Twitter timeline, or if I'm, flipping through the channels, if they're just so on NFL Network or ESPN or something. But (39-34) Clippers.
Discovery. The NBA on TNT is brought to you by Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen. Beautiful San Francisco on a Thursday night. Gorgeous day today. First one was a good one. The Mavericks.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to prove you wrong. I think this is actually going to be one of his best fits. It's not like the Clippers are going to do anything, but I'm saying if they make the playoffs, they might be able to win a round. Obviously I'm the biggest person on Russ. I know how that is, but there's not as much competition for the job and the position. And, based on what the Clippers need, not what the Lakers need, but what the Clippers need. And, he's not going to be the all-star player or anything like that. But I just think the role that he can play with this team, it seems like a better fit. I mean, based on what I'm watching right now. I mean, normally it's a lot of helter-skelter basketball, but I'm not seeing a lot of me basketball like I do with, KD and Kyrie. I'm seeing a guy that's trying to be a little unselfish and just look for the man that's open. And that's what he needs to do if he wants to succeed, in this league and not be a ball hog. Don't shoot threes, go inside, use what you're good at, attacking the paint and then dishing and distributing. So far, so good. Will he be able to keep it up for a long period of time? Who knows? More than likely, no, but this team is a good fit. 39-36 Clippers. You're just sour because he's not on your team anymore. Why are you so mad? He's not on your team anymore. It's a good thing that he's not on your team anymore. How many games did he lose for you on the Lakers for you to be bitter? Jameson bitter as hell. He's like, I hate this guy. I don't care how good he does. I mean, bro, he ain't on your team no more. He ain't on your team no more. It doesn't matter. This is a good thing. Not a good fit for your team. He's gone. Now he's on a team that he is a good fit, right? I mean, I guess unless it comes down to the Clippers beating the Lakers in the first round, if the Lakers were to make it, then Jameson would just lose his lid. And then Westbrook is like the MVP of the series, averages a triple-double against the Lakers. Oh, Jameson would be livid. He'd be like, that fucking guy, why couldn't you do that for us? But we'll see if you guys can stay afloat without LeBron. All right, 41-36 Clippers. But I totally get it, Jameson. We all have players that we like, and we have all players that we just can't stand. Doesn't matter. You know, once they burn a bridge, fuck that guy. And I understand that feeling too, bro. But, you know, blessings aside, hey, he ain't on your team no more. Your team is better, so you should be happy. Him still there or Beverly's still there. I mean, goddamn, that was just not pleasant basketball with those three. All right, PG to Kawhi. Back to PG. Baseline. 3. No good. Clay with the rebound. 42-36 Clippers. Good pass outside for 3. No good. Plumlee with the rebound. Westbrook. 1-on-2. Ooh, left-handed layup rejected. Nice block by Kuminga. Nice pass. Floater is, oh, how did he miss that? Wide open. He said, just wait till the end. Westbrook with the layup is good. He's got 8 points. 8 points, 5 assists, man. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. I mean, I'm not a Russell Westbrook guy, but Kawhi, there we go. Oh, offensive foul after Kawhi had the dunk. He said, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about that either. Yeah, I think that was a shitty call. Very questionable. 44-36 Clippers. Draymond for 3. In and out, no good. Plumlee with another rebound. Look, the Blazers need a Plumlee. Fuck. Foul. No call. PG's frustrated. He's like, this fucking Clay. And PG ain't a 1 either. Nice backdoor cut. Clay drawing the foul. Matt in the building. What to do?
These cuts are available because the defense is so worried about Klay Thompson coming off the screen for that deadly three-point jump shot that they cheat over the top and Thompson able to back that.
Something the Warriors would like to see Thompson evolve into as his career continues, getting to the line more. Doubleheader tomorrow on ESPN. The Nets and the Celtics.
Free throw is good.
Grizzlies and Nuggets, great matchup there for the nightcap, and then ABC has the Sixers and the Bucks on Saturday night. Just go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app. The Bucks have won 16 straight games. They have the best record in the NBA, but the Celtics right behind them. Two powerhouses in the East. Sixers lose to
44-37.
Yeah, interesting 3-game stretch for the Sixers.
13 points, 5 for 11, 2 for 4 from deep, 3 boards for Clay. Second free throw is good. 44-38 Clippers, 3:45 left before we get to halftime. Kawhi at the top of the key. PG fighting off the screen. They're just all over him. Eric Gordon for 3 is good. 47-38 Clippers. Nice job. Draymond at the top of the key. Little two-man game. Nice pass. Go up, Draymond. There we go. Easy layup for Draymond. Assists from Klay Thompson. 47-40 Clippers. Gordon, pump fake. Up and under is good. Gordon with another bucket. 49-40 LA. 2:50 left in the first half. Draymond in the block. Hook shot. No good. Plumlee with the board. Foul.
Great pass by Thompson, who's doing a little bit of everything tonight.
All right, take a look at the box score here. Let's take a peek. What do we got? Paul George is kind of underwhelming. 14 minutes, 2 for 6, 0 for 3 from deep, 5 points, 4 assists, and 2 boards. You need to be better than that, obviously. Kawhi, 11 points, 1 steal, 2 rebounds, no assists, 5 for 6 from the field, 1 for 1 from deep. So he's putting in work. And let's take a quick look at Klay. Klay's got 14 in 14 minutes, 5 for 11 shooting, 2 for 4 from deep, 2 for 2 from the line. He's also got 3 boards and 1 assist. And Jordan Poole, what do we got with Jordan? Jordan Poole's got 8 points, 15 minutes, 3 for 10. God, he's taking a lot of fucking shots. Anybody else doing anything? And then Draymond's got 7 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. You know, he's that scrapper. You know what I mean? Sometimes the stat line won't be great. Sometimes it'll be 12, 8, and 8. But, you know, sometimes it really helps having a guy that can give you 12, 8, and 8, you know? And then let's look at Westbrook. Jameson hates him, but I think this is a good fit for Russell Westbrook, at least for the rest of this year. I don't know about the future. He's got 15 minutes, 8 points, 3 for 7 shooting. A lot of those were for outside. 0 for 2 from deep. And then he's got 5 assists. And hopefully the turnovers for his sake are under 3. Let's see what it is. Turnovers for Russ, only 1. So, but it is only the first half. But with that being said, for him pretty much starting at point guard with only 1 turnover, and he's got 8 points, 5 assists, that means he's doing his job. You know, that means he's not fucking up. He's not a liability. He's actually one of the positives on the roster. Plumlee was 6. Gordon was 7. They need a little bit more from the bench. They got Batum with 5. Powell should be getting more reps in there. Yeah. But the bench is very thin for the Clippers. So that's, you know, that's ultimately why I think this Westbrook move is good. Sarah with a $5. She wants to make sure I don't eat fingernail sandwiches for dinner. Appreciate you. $5 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Stacks on stacks. Racks on racks. Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. $5 holla. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see for photos. 95 to go. I know we'll get there. So, you know, slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes we get, you know, donos before the stream starts. Sometimes within the first 30 minutes. Sometimes within the first hour. We'll get there. Chief, haven't seen you in a minute. What's good? Hopefully that you are doing well, and you need to watch Ancient Aliens. If you haven't been on that, get on that. The episodes have been good every week. $5. Let's get to a hundo. We've missed you. What's good? Hopefully things are good for you, bro. Cheesehead in the building. What it do? Chief with a 10er. Thank you, man. Yeah, sometimes it ends up being a little slow, and then we just find those people and kind of build that momentum up. So $10 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Stacks on stacks, racks on racks. Cactus Jack. Bang, bang. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Brother. $10 holla. Is it sunk in yet? Super Bowl win? Or is it still kind of fresh? Probably has sunk in at this point. I know Odin's son got his Super Bowl gear in the mail today. He got his shirt and his hat. So I know sometimes there's some of that shit gets back ordered. But let me know what you want to see for photos, Sarah and Chief. And I will get you guys here right at halftime or sooner. 49-40. Clippers are up. Westbrook actually looks pretty good on the Clippers. Fadeaway is good. 49-42. Clippers. Yeah, and I think the main reason is that Westbrook is going to work with the Clippers because they don't got anybody. The bench is just extremely thin, and they don't have enough people that can distribute and create. It's like you got Paul George and you got Kawhi, but those aren't natural guys to be able to like distribute the basketball and help flow the offense. They're more catch and shoot guys, or catch and then pivot and like bank shot or three, and then Paul George will dance around, and you know what I mean? Like they need someone maybe more of a true point guard than Westbrook that's maybe not as much as a liability and with the attitude issues and everything. But this is a night and day difference between him on the Lakers, where they already had Schroeder and Beverly, to a place here that they desperately need a guy like him here. And I think he's fitting in well, at least for now. We'll see as the year goes on. But if the Clippers win in the first round, Westbrook will be a factor, guaranteed. 52-42. 3 is missed. Clippers up by 10. Some Bryce Young. Okay, I'll get you some Bryce Young. Jumper is no good. Warriors with the rebound. Oh, my God, it's good, dude. Yes. Lots of National Geographic, history, discovery, bank shot by Clay. I've been really grinding on a lot of those other programs. Clay was 16, 2 for 4 from deep, 4 rebounds. Kawhi, he said, get off me, Dante DiVincenzo, little man. You can't guard me. The bench, offensive foul. So he traveled, and then I think he elbowed Dante DiVincenzo, and then they finally called it there. Hopefully Dante's okay, still on the ground. Dante's like, I didn't sign up for this.
Great job defensively, and ended up taking an elbow to the face. It looks like now the referee's going to talk it over. They are going to take a look at it.
Uh-oh, someone's going to get flagrant. Flagrant, dog. Let's take a look at the replay. Or is it a flop? Was it a shot to the jaw? It looked like it was legitimate to the jaw. Let's see. Shoulder. Oh, and then he went across with the elbow twice. So he got him once, and then he followed through and got him twice. Yeah, that last one was a little inadvertent right here. Comes in. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would give him a flagrant there, but he did get hit in the jaw, though. Oh. Dante's like, damn, my chin I need some work. Dante DiVincenzo would not succeed in UFC. It would not work. Oh, I'm glad, man. Good for you, dude. You guys soak that in. You never know how many you're gonna get. Hopefully, people stay healthy, moving pieces, coaches. Kelsey's not getting any younger. So you just want to make sure that you're soaking those in. But as long as you have Reed and Mahomes and Kelsey, and obviously Nagy's familiar with the roster, so I'm not sure if it's going to be as good as a Bieniemy, but hopefully he has good success for you guys there. 52-48 official review. Clippers up by 8 with 47 seconds left. All right, let me try to see if I can get a little Bryce Young here for Sarah. Appreciate you two starting it off. This is a normal foul.
So there you go. That things it up. Does not rise to a flagrant. And of course, the Clippers and the penalties. So free throws coming here for you.
All right, free throws are coming. 52-44, and I'll squeeze in a couple. Bryce is in here. Could this be the first pick in the draft for the Colts if they trade up? But what happens if you end up trading up and you get Bryce Young, right? And then CJ Stroud ends up being the better quarterback. Then what? Then what do you do? Not saying that Bryce Young is going to be a flop or he's going to be a bust, but what happens if you go all in on Bryce Young and then he ends up not being what you thought he was going to be? He ends up being just kind of a guy, not the franchise guy, but a guy. That would hurt. But I got more confidence in those two than any other QB, at least in this draft. And let me know what you want to see, Chief Chief. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see wherever he goes. And wherever he goes, we're going to be watching more games of him and CJ Stroud. It's going to be exciting because then you're going to get two more teams that maybe you weren't interested in that now you will be interested in because they're there. So that's facts. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's been a minute, bro. I imagine you just been working and just staying busy. Yeah.
She only likes the blue one.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Pat Frayer, Nick Booker, Tennessee Rams all coming together here. So Kylo has challenged this call. What do you think this is about?
I think it's about he's challenging being a loose ball trap.
The challenge is successful. There's a defensive foul. DiVincenzo prior to the loose ball foul. Therefore, it's a defensive foul. 2 shots for Leonard.
2 shots for Leonard.
Also, now he can't challenge,
Here, I got a little photo for you while we're waiting before we get to halftime here.
but he can
Little Nick Bolton, Super Bowl action, touchdown. I got you, dude.
now the officials can look at the entire play, and with that in mind, they decided that the foul was on DiVincenzo.
It's very heavy by the Clipper bench. And then ultimately
He said, "Did you look at that? Damn right, I saw that."
forced the officials back to the replay monitor.
All right, Kawhi to the line. First free throw is good. 53-44 Clippers, 47 seconds left. Appreciate every single one of y'all in the room. And if you have Twitter, do me a solid, like and retweet the stream on Twitter. It'll help us get 30 to 300 extra viewers throughout the stream. Second free throw, in and out, no good. 40 seconds left before we get to halftime. Good competitive first half. Clay, no good. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Dante, he's probably a little shooken up still after getting elbowed in the mouth twice by Kawhi. Draymond. 3, no good. DiVincenzo with the rebound. What a hustler, dude. Come to Portland. God. Like him. Jordan Poole. Poole is fouled. Yay. Now Poole's on the ground. My neck and my back.
Great effort by both Baldwin and DiVincenzo on that possession. DiVincenzo's already has 4 offensive rebounds in the game, 8 total. Not usually the way he helps you. He only averages 4 rebounds. Not sure where the foul is there.
Aaron Gordon. And it sends
That's pretty big dreams there and wants to be a GM.
Poole, 86% free throw shooter this year.
It's high expectations.
And Gordon got him on the elbow, forced the wild shot. I would guess. Didn't look like much.
No, did not. But they had a lot better or a lot closer view than we did. Not a better angle. I can't hold like this. Excellent. Right
Free throw is no good.
angle, but they were a little closer.
All right, PG at the top of the key. Oh, nice fake. Kawhi for 3. Oh, he made it. Yes, and it's good. Kawhi Leonard from deep, baby. Wow. Halftime, 56-45 Clippers.
And the Clippers turn the tables at the end of the second quarter. And Leonard knocks down a 3 to send us to the halftime locker room. Leonard shooting the ball over 50% in his last 20 games. Lead is 11. The NBA on TNT is presented by State Farm.
Okay, 2K. Oh, good. Good for you. You're spending time with the friends and whatnot. Totally got you, man. All right. Well, are you going to be in here for a little bit? I was going to step out for just like a couple minutes, and then I can throw up some more photos for you if you have anyone specific that you want to see. I definitely got you. 56-45. So just give me a couple minutes, and I'll be right back, and then we'll try to scoop up a few more photos for y'all. I appreciate you. And then let me get a good photo here. See which one I want to use. Do we dare use Russell Westbrook? Westbrook? He's been playing pretty good. But we'll do Kawhi. And then I'll be back here in just a couple minutes. Check up on Paisley, see what's going on. All right, give me a couple minutes, and I got to go get my Gatorade out of the freezer as well. I'll be right back.
That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lot of it. Without lose those with a fighting spirit.
We have this deadline coming up. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts. Yeah, I really like what you're doing with your overall shape.
Can Degree Advanced pass the T-shirt challenge? Let's see if Joel gets any sweat marks. Unbeatable non-stop protection, tested to the limit. Final score: still dry and fresh. Degree Advanced instantly dry 72-hour non-stop protection.
Gatorade Fit. Fitness starts from the inside out. Get healthy real hydration. And no added sugar, artificial sweeteners, or added colors. Gatorade Fit. Healthy real hydration today helps you feel tomorrow.
Are you sure our home's gonna sell?
Watch this. Selling with Redfin gets your home in front of more buyers, so you sell for more.
Oh, this is fun, Joe.
I was gonna save that for your open house.
All right, Irish. Apple.
What did he say?
Proper Irish.
A delicious blend of my award-winning Papa No. 12 Irish whiskey, known for crisp and juicy Irish apples, smooth to the core.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket. I started my own app company, and with Cricket, I'm able to answer calls from my engineers and investors and know my signal's going to be great.
5G boss mode activate. Smile. You're on Cricket.
On a very special TV dad.
I didn't make the dance team.
What do I always say?
Switch your car insurance to Progressive and you could save hundreds.
You better now?
Not really.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's serves up bottomless drinks, bottomless chips and salsa, and a cheeseburger and fries for just $10.99. Hey, it's 3 for me, not 3 for us. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Go to NBAstore.com and get today's special offer. Shop now.
Oh, man, I love that. Clippers looking for their first win since the All-Star break. And riding Kappa. And team belongs to Kawhi Leonard. Anyway, 56-45 halftime lead out in San Francisco.
I'll give you $1 million a bus at MTM right now. Cash.
Wait, does he do this here? Oh,
You owe me $1 million, bro.
That was the first hand doing it. That was the first one.
So I'm looking clear.
I'm just not looking at that. Come on, man. Hey, you owe me. I'm looking at Sean over here. I'm looking at anybody but that. No.
Oh, too legit to quit.
You know what?
That's gonna be a new dance on TikTok.
You know, going an old dance. That's not the old dance. Like, only an old guy can do the old dance like the old people. Well, if you can't do the old dance like the old dance, I haven't seen it on tape in a long time. Sorry, I'm trying to see how. Trying to roll one more time. There you go. He's sweating too. Oh, man. He's sweating. All he did was 2 moves, man. Did 2 moves. Sweating. Sweating like he about to take an SAT or something. The knees are real hard. You got your knees up, dude. I need to jump back and pants. How many you wear? That's all. You used to have those too. Yeah, I did. That college football. Yeah. And It's crazy. Oh, hi, Ernest. Everything good? Should I just go to the board early? American Express. Oh, okay. Klay Thompson has 16 points in the first half. The rest of the Warriors starters have 18. Guys from American Express teammates. Here's Kenny. Okay, you took it out of me. You took it out of me, man. You took it out of me. But so what I'm really going to talk about is the New York Clippers. And hey. Wait, I was doing that. Wait, I was doing that.
All right, I'm back. God, it is cold as shit outside. It is cold. I don't know how a lot of y'all who like do the cigarettes, I don't know how you guys do it. I just don't get it. We live out here and it's laid back, you know, people drink, people smoke, and, you know, we got dispensaries and breweries and wineries and everything. But gosh, man, I don't know how you guys do it, man. I don't know how you guys do it. 56-45 Clippers. We got Charles Barkley dancing. Let's look at some of the stats here at halftime. So 17 minutes for PG. They're up 56-45. 3 for 8 shooting, 1 for 4 from deep, 1 for 1 from the line, 8 points, 5 assists, 2 rebounds. So, you know, nothing horrible. You'd want a little bit more at half, I think, from Paul, but it's pretty decent, I guess. I mean, they do have the lead, so it's not like it's hurting them. But Kawhi has been the story. The last time I did a Clipper game, it was all about everyone else besides really Kawhi. I think Kawhi had 0 at halftime and then ended up with like 15 to 20. But he's at 15 points, very solid. 6 for 7 shooting, rare. 2 for 2 from deep, rare. And he's got 4 rebounds. Okay. Even throw a steal in there for good measure. And Plumlee's got 6. And the surprise, is it you, Russell? I mean, the shooting percentage isn't good, 3 for 7, but he's got 8 points and 5 assists and only 1 turnover. I'll take that if I'm the Clippers. I'll take that. That's pretty good. Okay. And then with the Golden State Warriors, let's take a peek. Let's take a look. Jordan Poole, 9 points, 3 for 10 from shooting. Jesus, guy gets so many opportunities. 0 for 3 from deep. But let me see what else. Does he have anything rebound wise? At least he's got 2 boards, 9 points, 2 boards, no assists though. He's like, pass. What's that? And let's take a look at our boy Klay. What do we got cooking? Klay's got 16. He's leading the game. And plus minus, negative 10 when he's not on the floor. Jesus. And he's got 5 rebounds and 1 assist, 2 for 5 from deep, 6 for 13 from the field in 17 minutes. And then his boy, Draymond Green, maybe the Trailblazer next year, I hope. 7 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. I'll take that. 3 for 5 from the field. And, he's going to get a lot of just, garbage stats and whatnot, but I'll take it. I will take it. And then Looney's got 2. DiVincenzo 0, but a couple elbows to the chin, if that counts for anything. Kuminga was 7 off the bench, and then Baldwin and Lamb with 2 each. I mean, the bench is nasty. As I'm looking at the bench of the Warriors, it's not good. It's not good. When I look at the Clipper bench, I'm like, so it really does show you, like, if you can have a strong bench, that could be really the difference between being like middle of the pack or being best in the NBA or being like one of those top teams. And it seems like almost every roster, the bench is fucking terrible, or it's like maybe they got 1 or 2 guys if you're lucky, but the real good benches will have like 3, sometimes pushing 4 solid pieces. But nowadays it seems like that's incredibly rare. It's like you might got 1 or 2 guys and a bunch of other role players, rookies, or scrubs. So 56-45 Clippers. What do you want to see for photos, Chief? Well, Chief, you got anything specific that you want me to throw up? Let me know. Put your boy to work. He's like, I want to see this. There's got to be something. What do I got? Kiwi strawberry Snapple in the freezer.
I'm gonna take you to a game. Welcome.
Hi, Paisley.
Block Tax Pro, do your taxes online, and tax season feels just as good as all those other seasons, like wedding season.
I W-2 you.
Taxes.
File from anywhere. The expertise of an H&R Block.
Chief O'Chief with another dono. He says, I don't want him eating air sandwiches. Thank you. Chief. Will. Chief. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you tremendously. $10 holla, my boy. Appreciate you very much. You the man, brother. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, bang. $10 holla. Headbutt from O-Dog, the Chief O'Chief. Appreciate you, brother.
My knife into a beehive.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, almost 2 touchdowns in that game. $25. Yes, we appreciate it. Every dollar counts. $25. Let's get to a hundo. All right, we're going to be coming out of halftime here in just a second. Oh, really? That's exciting. I mean, a league with Steph Curry, playing is much better than with him not playing. Oh, MC Hammer. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Too legit. Too legit to quit. Oh, Barkley. Oh my God. Oh my God. These guys have too much fun. Oh, Mark Madsen. I totally remember that. All right, looks like we're getting closer to coming back. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like Curry? I mean, even if he's not on your team, I mean, for what he brings, star power to the NBA, I mean, you could argue he's one of the most anticipated. Like if he's playing, you might check that game out rather than if he's not. So we'll see. We'll see what they can do with him back. Hopefully, he doesn't come back too early and re-aggravate it. But I don't think anyone really thinks that the Warriors are winning it all this year. Compared to what happened last year, it's just, I mean, the health, the depth, but. I mean, that's why we watch these games, right? So, yeah, all kinds of Mahomes magic, dude. Figured you'd like that. Just little things I can creep up on. It's nice when you can find some HD, 4K or some quality stuff. Sometimes they're very limited, or they won't fit the screen. And for me, fitting the screen is a big deal. I want it to be able to look as clean as possible. Sometimes putting up the photos, even though it's a cool photo, if it doesn't fill the screen, it just, I want to make sure that, the broadcast is as clean as possible. But, you gotta, sometimes have a give and take. Sometimes there's just a really awesome photo that just doesn't fit the screen, right? And then we'll see if Sarah gets Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. Be very interested to see if we get anyone trading up or trading back. And then we're about to come out of halftime here in just a second.
When you stare at these payroll forms, my business payroll taxes will calculate themselves. Right? No. They do it quickly. It's how to manage your payroll taxes. Cheers. With 100% accurate tax calculations guaranteed.
We always bleed the world to experience.
All right. We're getting close, baby.
We were wrong. Wherever Jim Dean is welcome, they'll be welcome too.
How will you remember your childhood? Rejected by your parents? Or by the system? Then something incredible happens.
56-45 Clippers. Shazam. Probably will not be going to the theaters to go see Shazam. All right, here we go. We're back. Jordan Poole from 3. No good. Tip, no good. Tip, no good. Tip, good. Tip drill. 56-47 Clippers. Nice putback by Looney. Out of bounds.
Well, and the Warriors, as much as any, they lead the league in three-pointers made, third in three-point percentage. And they actually,
Nice pass to Plumlee, up and under, no good. Plumlee with his own offensive board. Give me a Plumlee, damn it. Gordon almost traveled. Nice pass, but a little sloppy there and a little low to Plumlee. Stolen. Poole at the top of the key. DiVincenzo looking for his first bucket of the game. No good. Plumlee with the rebound. Jameson's favorite, Russell Westbrook at the top of the key. He's just waiting for him to fuck up. Bank shot, no good. Well, there it was. There's Jameson's like, I told you so moment. Draymond all the way. Charge. And they call it. Oh. Pau Gasol. Laker legend. Wouldn't have been able to win it with without Kobe. I mean, those were very instrumental pieces. Some people forget how good Pau was in his prime. Jumper and one. Foul on Klay Thompson. Kawhi Leonard to the line. At first glance, when I just looked over, I thought it was Gordon, but then I looked again. Oh, it's Kawhi. 59-47 Clippers. Kawhi's been on nice. 18 points, 7 for 8. Draymond off the glass and good. Nice job, Draymond. Cheap bucket. 59-49. Clippers up by 10. PG. Pump fake. Hit hard. Off the glass. No good. Going to the line for 2. Yeah, I hate this load management. But you can't ever count him out. Like I did a game a couple days ago, and he had 0 at half. I had a feeling he would still get 15 to 20, and he did. It's just, and he doesn't have to ball hog it either. You know what I mean? He is a little bit more strategic. He kind of breaks down. It seems like he's analyzing in his head. Is this a good shot? Sometimes instead of just like letting it go. But tonight's shooting percentage is nice. I mean, fucking A, dude. 7 for 8 and 2 for 2 from deep for Kawhi. Not you, PG. Kawhi. PG, second free throw is good. All right, 60-49. PG finally gets into double digits. He's got 10. 10 points, 5 assists, 2 boards. Halfway to his number. 61-49. Clippers. Draymond down low. That's a good matchup. Kawhi going against Draymond. It's like a little shit talking, a little, they know that they're going after each other. It's, but Draymond's like, I can't guard him every possession down. He just switched. He's like, too much effort. He's like, let me guard Plumlee instead. PG burrows his way, ball hogs it, misses it. Jordan Poole for three, pump fake for three. And it's good. Bang. 61-54. Warriors. Yep, they wish. Clippers. You're only down by 7, though. You're getting there. Foul. Leonard draws the foul. But let me know if there's anything else that you want to be able to see, specific player or anything. Let me know, Chief.
Spin and then Poole sidestep escape and knocks down three.
First three-pointer made for the Warriors since late in the first quarter. No sellout tonight here at Chase Center, the 463rd consecutive sellout.
9 minutes left. PG, jumper, no good. Draymond boxes out, says, get the fuck out of my way. I'm taking it. 1-on-3, good pass. DiVincenzo, and then a foul. A reach in. Good job looking up, big dog.
Second foul on George.
Argument from the Warriors, they want it to be a shooting foul, saying he was in his upward motion. Steve Kerr trying to demonstrate to Pat Claire. The coaches in this league are outstanding, and they all try to help the referees, and it's just disappointing that the referees are not more receptive to that.
Clay for three, no good. Kawhi, 1-on-4, stolen. Plumlee on the ground, said, give me that. Stolen, DiVincenzo. Kuminga, loose ball, out of bounds. Kuminga to the line. Sloppy dogs.
And George sending Kuminga to the line to earn the free throws.
A little bit of a hot potato down there. DiVincenzo alert to Kuminga, Paul George's third foul.
Kuminga at the line. In early
All right, Jonathan. Can you make your free throw? First one is good. It's like, damn right, oh. Put a picture up of me. Okay, I will. 61-55. Clippers starting to get a little bit closer here. Second free throw, no good. He's like, take my picture down. I will. 61-55 Clippers. Kawhi's just get the fuck out of my way, he says. Isolation, ISO. He's like, get the fuck out of here. 1-on-4. Fuck it. Out of bounds. That looked like it was a turnover. Draymond's complaining.
So both arguments are correct. Timeout on the floor.
On the screen, I think between.
It's like, yeah, I got fouled. I knocked it out. And there's,
Oh my God, love, you gotta look at me.
we have to review. 61-55, baby.
You're right, I'll tag you. My wife's from home state said 40% of her avoiding mayhem like me.
1, 2, 3, 100 points down today. 4, 5, $6 per gallon. Mortgage rates too hard to go. Not for me.
All right, trying to get some Jamal Charles here for Chief, if he's still in the building.
That's why at NerdWallet, we're here to help with trusted expertise.
Sounds like people can go on you. You work on this.
Jameson, the smooth triple distilled whiskey knows when people
Guess you're gonna be there.
just get me. That's when this spark just happens. So
Your boy has to work fast. Commercials are not long.
Jameson, widen the circle.
She had dinner already, just so you know.
Yeah.
No more food tonight.
Yeah. And I think I have cash on me, so I'll just give you the cash that I have, and then you can just send me. That'll be easier. Yeah.
You just got
If that's how she's turning it in. Okay, that's fine.
I just never dance in public.
I'm thirsty.
Try this.
Starved.
It's a little bit enough, so it's crisp smooth.
So tasty.
What the?
Just like
Jamal Charles has got some cool photos. Your boy is working. I work quick on them internets. You feel me? I can produce.
You can find lots of ways to spend your tax refund. But don't waste it on something silly. Spend smarter with Straight Talk and get our $45 silver unlimited plan with unlimited high-speed data and a Samsung.
I gotta leave you with the fire one at the end, Chief. You feel me? Commercial break. Boom. Jamal Charles. Jamal Charles. Jamal effing Charles. Jamal effing Charles. Let's go.
Clippers lead it by 6. Mainly because of Kawhi Leonard, 18 points on 8 shots at 3 into the half that put the Clippers up 11 going into the intermission, but the Warriors refuse to go away right now.
Floater. No good. Plumlee rejected.
Plumlee will go to the free throw line. So let's just do a little housekeeping here.
I got you, bro.
Last time out, Steve Kerr called the timeout. There was some thought that he would challenge, but his bench said, "Do not do that," because yes, Kawhi Leonard did touch the ball last. It would have been Warriors.
All right, 61-55. First free throw is good by Plumlee. 8:20 to go in the third. Been pretty competitive. 18 for Kawhi, 10 for Paul George, and then 16 for Clay, 12 for Jordan Poole. So it's kind of, 2-on-2, but Draymond's creeping. He's at 9, so he's almost there. Being the mouthy pest that everyone hates unless he's on your team, which I hope that he's on the Blazers next year. I won't lie. 63-55. Kuminga, nice pump fake. Rejected. Kawhi says, fucking get out of here. Child's play. Oh, Westbrook, stolen. Jordan Poole. Poole, 3-on-1. DiVincenzo for 3. No good. Poole for 3. He says, I'll fucking make it. 63-58. Here come the Warriors. Oh, offensive foul. Westbrook. And Jordan Poole picks up the slight flop, but offensive foul there. Westbrook is not agreeing with the call. And there was a little bit of a flop, but it was, he sold it. It wasn't a terrible flop, but, Westbrook and his tendencies of being aggressive there. And now let's see if Jordan Poole can make another 3, and then maybe the house will come down here. They're only down by 5. 3. Air ball. He got greedy. Kawhi for 3. Pump fake. No. Waits for more people to come back. Gordon. Fouled. No call. Out of bounds. Clippers. Oh, Poole, huh? Oh, because Poole's like, I just made the last one. What do you mean airball? I don't airball. All right, PG at the line for the technical. Free throw is good. 64-58. It's like it feels like the Clippers are just trying to hang on, and the Warriors are ready to, have this little run, and they'll have another run in the fourth. But I mean, there's going to be, it has to be a combination of those three, and maybe getting DiVincenzo going. He only has 2. PG. Gordon for 3. No good. Clay. Draymond at the top. Back to Clay. Pump fake. Back to Draymond. Foul. Big collision. Is there a call? Wow. Paul George just ran into Draymond, and they didn't even call a foul. That's incredible. Why? Like, what? They could say they both were going for the ball at the same time. This is a foul. Watch this replay. Paul George, poof, goes right into Draymond, knocks him down, and they don't even call this. Oh, it's just out of bounds? This is insane. How can you not call that a foul? Oh, my God. Gordon running through the screen. It's starting to get a little bit more chippy and physical out there. You can tell that these guys don't like each other. That's crazy. He's like, oh, let me just run into a player, right? And then he gets knocked to the ground. Oh! Like, you're Draymond. We're not going to give you calls. It's like Rashid. It's like even when Rashid wasn't doing anything wrong, they would blame him for doing something wrong. He'd look at the referee and get a tech. I've never seen that before. Rashid is the only one that's ever got like tees based off looks. It's wild. Pump fake, no good. Get back on defense, Kuminga. Jumping up and down like a 5-year-old. Plumlee. Down low in the box. Back and down, back and down. Oh, good steal. Poole. All the way, and it's good. And 1. Hey! 64-60 Clippers.
Huge in this game. He's still 18 and a half minutes to play.
Looney with 4 fouls for the Warriors. George is going to sit now. 6:34 mark for the third quarter.
64-60. Free throw is good. Hey. They're coming. 64-61. Jordan Poole, 18 points, 9 this quarter. He said, ooh. Ooh, alley-oop to Plumlee with the flush. Splat. Right on Draymond's head. 66-61 Clippers. Nice job, Plumlee. Clippers up by 5 with 6:15 to go. Poole. Nice pass to Draymond. Yes, sir. Yeah. Nice layup. 66-63. Yeah, Draymond's like, how's he going to knock me over? You're not going to call that. 66-63 Clippers. So we're only down by 3. I see you. You're only down by 3, Draymond. It's a fucking pool party. That's a good one. Pool party, pool party. He said, ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Chief for Chief. It's a pool party. It's a pool party. 66-63. What will we get from Kawhi once we get into the fourth? That's what I'm wondering.
He's making real-time money.
God, doesn't it seem like him on the Spurs was like such a long time ago? Like just even looking at pictures, like even think of seeing him something other than like Raptors or like, Clippers. It's just, we know Spurs, but God, it just seems like such a long time ago. Ginobili, Parker, Duncan. Like, you old as shit. We're like, dude, how old are we now? How long ago was this? Fuck. We getting old. I don't know. I guess it really depends on position. I mean, based off, quarterbacks, I'm not sold on anyone besides Bryce or CJ Stroud, but there'll be others that will try to make a splash, but it's a lot of like project players. I like defense. There's a lot of defensive talent. There's a lot of good quality talent going into next year as well. But like I said, a lot of the guys that will end up being great will not be someone that's well known. We're going to get guys that are going to be 3rd to 7th round, and you'll get a couple sleepers, definitely in those rounds that could make just as much of an impact, if not more, than a 1st or 2nd rounder. Sometimes going early, you bust. It's just, the pressure. Sometimes people can handle the pressure and not be a bust, or they can, they you either got it or you don't. And sometimes your talent level, you max out in college, and you just hit the ceiling, and you're not going to get that much better. So. Yeah. Oh, I know. I've heard it before too. Yeah, but this is just crazy. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, this seems like such a long, I mean, you got to think what it's like to be me, dude. Like, dude, I remember seeing, like, when you talk about like Magic and Bird and Jordan, and then you like this generation, you like talk, yeah, I saw them. They're like, dude, how old are you? You know what I mean? Because obviously not a lot of people, it just, I mean, I guess it really depends on how old you are, but I'm really happy that I grew up in the era, so that way I could see like what the youngins, see here. And then we can also reflect on, the 80s and 90s and what kind of talent we had in all sports in those eras. Because I really feel that those two eras had the most talent across the board in all sports at that time. Like more top 50 players in those generations. And then, I mean, obviously we know baseball legends go further back, but lots of quality. Big 3, 66, we're knotted up. Clay's like, stop fucking around with me, baby. He said, my time, baby. 19 points for Clay. Norman Powell loses his dribble, regains it, floater. I like the way Norman Powell shoots. He's very athletic. He misses that one there, but I did enjoy my time having him on the Blazers and representing Rip City, even if it was just briefly. Jordan Poole from deep, air ball. And then bobbled, turned over. Damn, Kawhi. Shit, I mean, I'm so old. I remember when Tony Parker was dating a girl from way back in the day, from the Desperate Housewives and whatnot. I mean, that's a long time ago. Now I see her on like all kinds of like cosmetic commercials and whatnot. Kawhi with a steal. Top of the key 3, no good. Yes, there is a place called Boring, Oregon. Yes. Is it boring there? Probably. Jordan Poole. Bank shot, no good. Jordan Poole going to the line.
That's not something the Warriors do very much. Jordan Poole being one of the few guys who backs off the dribble.
I mean, when you're talking chief about like players, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of great talent, I'm saying? Like, I like Bryce and CJ a lot. I'm more on Will Anderson Jr. than Jalen Carter. I still think Jalen Carter can be a force. When you're 6'3", 300, I mean, unless you get injured, all you can do is go up and get better. And obviously the legal stuff is like speeding and street racing. It's not like you beat someone up or something. So at least that's good for him. 10-2 run for the Warriors. They're up by 2, 68-66. Clay with a steal. But I'm not big on Will Levis or Anthony Richardson at all. Looney with a dunk, and it's good. Oh, my. 4-point lead. Warriors 70, Clippers 66. But Miles Murphy from Clemson, I do like him. I think that he could be a good pass rusher there. I mean, even Oregon's corner. It's crazy. People are saying that he could go anywhere between like 8 and 15. And I think the highest I've seen him is in mocks is 8 or 9. Christian Gonzalez, I don't know if he'll end up being like Sauce Gardner or Tariq Woolen, but drafting someone at fucking 8 or 9 overall, and some people have him linked going to like around the Detroit Lion pick. He's very athletic, and that's kind of exciting for us Ducks, to get someone that wasn't even like a Thibodeau name. You just either knew about him or you didn't. You know what I'm saying? Trying to think of who else I feel. Joey Porter Jr. That's another one that could slide a little bit in the draft as well and do some big things. Jordan Addison, the receiver. There's quite a few receivers that should be pretty special. And then, Georgia players, Ringo, late first round, early second round could be a nice steal for a team. I mean, there's a lot of good pieces. And then, but John Robinson, I mean, that guy could go to the Cowboys, the Eagles, the Bills. I mean, just depending on where that guy goes, the further that Robinson goes down, someone's going to get a steal, because that guy could be like the next Saquon Barkley, so. Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of pieces there. I like linebackers, I like corners, I like D linemen. There's a lot of guys that I can go over, but I mean, one thing is for sure for me, I am not big on the other quarterbacks like with Levis and Richardson. Some people have them going to like Raiders or Panthers. I mean, that would be the absolutely worst thing you could do for those two franchises. Reach for those two guys. You need way more. It would be smarter to go for a Miles Murphy if you're the Panthers or the Raiders than go quarterback there, but again, I guess it just depends on what they do. But if I'm advising the Panthers and Raiders, absolutely no scenario I draft either one of those guys there. If they're there later and you make a trade, that's one thing, but no way in hell am I wasting the 6th pick on Will Levis or 7th on Richardson. I mean, you're just going to be in mediocrity or shit football for who knows how long. I mean, unless you want to do the whole Jamarcus Russell thing again. And I'm not saying Anthony Richardson's going to be Jamarcus Russell, but I wouldn't be picking those guys at that fucking spot. Hell no. But again, some teams know how to draft and some teams don't. Some teams go based off need, not talent. Good ball movement by the Clippers. 3-pointer is no good. Good rebound by Clay. Yeah. And he probably won't go first round. I mean, maybe he might. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are going to be borderline first round where they're first round talent, but maybe there's going to be a lot of like offensive line and then defense, corners, linebackers, edges, so it might be able to have certain guys slide a little bit. And certain receivers might be taken sooner than the bigger names, which might surprise people. But it all depends on fit, what kind of receiver they're looking for. Clay from deep, no good. Warriors 73, Clippers 68. Batum for 3 from the corner, no good. Yeah, you like him? Chief, what do you think about Hyatt from Tennessee? I've seen his name linked, a few times, and I know that probably wouldn't be like your number one choice picking at 31. 31, 32 picking right, at the end of the first round there. But I mean, sometimes it's not going to be the biggest name. There's names that will be bigger that are out there, but sometimes it's fit. But also now you don't have Bieniemy, so you have to see like how Nagy and the rest of the crew and Reed are going to work a guy. But it'll be interesting to see where they go. I mean, like I said, there's going to be a lot of quality talent. Even at the end of the first round, I don't know how many wide receivers are going to go off the board, but I would assume it couldn't be more than 2 or 3. There's so many other positions that are, By the time you get to the end of the first round, you'll probably be at the third receiver or fourth. So it just depends on if, a guy falls into your lap there and, you're not going to trade up. You'll just take whoever falls. 19 points for Clay, but they might not even go for a wide receiver, in the first round. They might go for a different position. Poole. Nice pass to Looney. Back to Poole. And a foul. 7-point lead for the Warriors. Yeah, it's always good to be able to look at, who they have. You can go to some of the mock drafts on different, establishments, and then they'll kind of, not everyone's going to be right, but you can kind of look at a few, and it'll give you a gauge on what a majority of the people have copied other people to see what might be a possibility. Because that's really what it happens. You get one or two people that do the work, and then everyone else copies their mock and acts like it's theirs. And then they, maybe mix the pieces up a little bit to try to not make it look exactly like someone else's, But it'll be a pretty defining draft, I think, for not only the Chiefs, but for Sarah's Colts too, and beyond the quarterback. And it might take a couple years before you get your true number one receiver. Like if you get a DK Metcalf type of receiver, AJ Brown receiver in Indy, and usually you'll get that. Once you get your star quarterback, you usually get it within the first 3 years of that star quarterback being there. So yeah, I know that's a little ways away, but hell, if in 4 years a DK Metcalf is going to be there, that could be pretty special and take you guys to that next level instead of like getting to the playoffs, maybe making a run and getting to the AFC Championship game. But those are the things that what I've noticed, with certain teams, when you have a new quarterback, if it's the guy, usually it's the third year you'll get your number one receiver if you don't have one yet. Most owners are not stupid. They're really going to be like, okay, we don't want to waste this guy. So.
It is a 3, and it will be 3 shots for Jordan Poole. So the Warriors.
Jordan Poole, tongue out. 3. Poole, free throw is good. Clippers need some, energy here. They need to be able to attack the paint and, half court press. They needed to be able to get on a little bit of a run. They had a little bit of a run, but then Warriors answered back. It's because Chief said it was a pool party. 83-69 Warriors. 53 seconds left. And then we had to reminisce with Kawhi back here. God, look how young he is, too. That was a hell of a team. And then you start to realize how good Kawhi is on top of Ginobili, Parker, and Duncan. Like, it's not fair. And Popovich, no wonder the Spurs were so fucking good. Even the role players were good. It was just like they were kind of like the Patriots of the NBA with the Spurs, except no cheating that we know of. 3, no good. Plumlee, volleyball tapping it outside. Norman Powell for 3, no good. DiVincenzo with the rebound. Jordan Poole for 3 in the corner. No good. Saving it. Back to DiVincenzo. Back to Jordan Poole for 3. Good. Wow. Okay, Warriors. Jesus. That's just that extra effort. And now they're starting to get a little lucky. 31 points for Jordan Poole, 22 this quarter. He said, I'm kind of good. I'm a little good. He said, damn, 31? Yeah, boy. Ooh, there we go. Big, deep 3 by the Clippers. The respond is good, and the clock runs out. Poole with a 3-quarter shot off the backboard. No good. End of the third quarter. Warriors 87. Clippers 72. In the quarter, is that good? The big turnaround. Clippers, and then so look, the Clippers had 27 and 29, right? 16 in that quarter. And just to show you the difference on how the game was going, right? Golden State had 26 in the first quarter, only 19. So they were getting their ass kicked, right? You know how many points they scored in that fucking third quarter? 42. 42 to 16. That's how you come back. Jesus. My goodness. 42 to 16 in that quarter. Good night. He said, we were cooking. He said 42. Ah! Yeah, he'll probably be the first one off the board. Yeah, like you know, I mean, it all depends on what the Colts do. If they trade for the first pick in the draft, which they probably will, right? So if they go Bryce Young, then C.J. Stroud can get picked 2, and then I think the Texans have a 11th or 12th pick. I think 12th, right? And then I would go Quentin Johnson. So then if you got C.J. Stroud and Quentin Johnson, that's kind of exciting. Where it's like, okay, maybe the Texans aren't going to be like that good, but you know that if they build around those pieces, you're more willing to like tune in to maybe a Texan game. And then also you get the AFC South with the eyeballs. So you're going to get Bryce Young and the Colts, CJ Stroud maybe on the Texans, and it gives us a reason to follow that division more. Then we'll see what obviously the Titans will do, if it's Malik or Tannehill or someone else, right? And then you already know what you got with the Jags and Trevor Lawrence. So it goes from a division where the quarterback situation didn't look very good. Then it looks like, wow, a division that I'm very intrigued and I want to watch every game. You know, so this is a big moment, you know, especially if the Colts trade up to 1, which I probably would do, as long as you're not, you know, farming the whole house, but you probably will. So. Number 4, number 36, number 80, and a 2024 first rounder and a 2024 second rounder for the number 1 pick. So, I mean, you're looking at probably 5 picks. But again, the horrible situation is if you go for number 1 pick and you pick Bryce Young and it doesn't work out and CJ turns into like all pro and you're like, oh my God, we got the first pick and we picked the wrong guy. So, I mean, you better be sure, because you got to understand Bryce Young is only 6 foot, 194, and that's being generous. I've seen photos with him looking like 5'9", 5'10", so I don't even know if 6 foot is his real height. And then CJ is 6'3", 218. And he looks like an actual Ohio State quarterback that can throw. And obviously we know Alabama isn't really known for quarterbacks, but they've been getting a little bit better, you know, as of late with Mac Jones now and Bryce Young. But the height kind of concerns me a little bit. But if you have a good offensive line, good running game, and good defense, you can hide some of those maybe, you know, mistakes that maybe he would do. But I think either one should be solid. You just got to hope that both pan out. Because like we don't even know how good Trey Lance is going to be. And they did Trey Lance over Justin Fields. Was that the right move? I mean, at this point, we know Justin Fields can run like a motherfucker, but he can't really throw. And maybe that is why the Niners didn't pick him. They knew that he couldn't make the throws downfield, so they thought that even if Trey got hurt, which they weren't banking on, that maybe he can throw better. Layup, no good. Now we're going into the 4th. Jordan Poole at the top of the key, double team. Dante DiVincenzo, stolen. Warriors up by 15. George, no good. Offensive rebound. Plumlee, foul. You don't need a Twitter account to do that. You can just go on YouTube and just, you know, do your research. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not the only one that likes to watch, you know, highlights of players and evaluate. Yeah, but I think both are going to struggle too. You know what I mean? Like, I think both are, you know, because like you look back at the last 2 draft classes and how much they hyped up Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, you know, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, you know, all the guys, you know, it's like, You know, they Justin Fields, like they hyped that draft class so much. And even Trevor, it took a few years, and that guy was money in college, where he was like Andrew Luck, John Elway, Peyton Manning. Like the guy was great, like championship level great. Like never lost games until he got, pretty much to college. Like undefeated for like Pop Warner, undefeated junior high. That guy never lost. And then he went from losing everything, and it took him the right situation. And I don't know how sold everyone else is behind. I mean, everyone thinks Zach Wilson's garbage, Mac Jones is average, Justin Fields can't throw, and Trey Lance is injured. And then we go to last year's draft class, and you could say that none of the three really played up to their potential. All three played shittier than we thought they would. Am I right? I mean, with limited playing time for Malik, and then with Pickett, and then Desmond Ridder didn't really get a chance, but we got to be able to see them more. So the jury's not out, but from what we did see, it underwhelmed. It wasn't what, compared to all the hype that they were giving. Like those three quarterbacks haven't really, you got to give them more time. We can't say it's a failure yet, but you know what I mean? Like based on what we saw last year, some people are already ready to move on from Desmond Ridder. I'm like, the guy hasn't even got a shot to play yet. He had Mariota, and then now they're already thinking of someone else, which I don't blame them, but I guess we'll have to wait and see with some of these guys. It just depends on supporting cast, coach, coaches, that can help. Not everyone can be a leader right off the bat. 3, no good. Clippers with a second chance. Another 3, no good. Warriors with the rebound. 9:55 left. Warriors up by 13. 87-74. Poole, spin move, out of control, and he turned it over. Not a pool party. Not this. No tongue. No dancing. Turnover. Come on, Jordan. 87-74. Turnover. Right back to the Warriors. How confident do you feel that, though? Do you feel uber confident that he's going to pan out, or is he just going to be another guy? Because it feels like to me, he seems like more just like a guy. He doesn't seem like he's never going to be a top 10 quarterback. I mean, do you think he's going to be a top 10 quarterback? Because I sure as hell don't. You know what I mean? Like you could have Tomlin there, but I don't, compared to a lot of the other talent, I don't know. I'm not too impressed. I mean, it's cool, the whole story of him going from Pitt to Pittsburgh, but I mean, until they firm up that O-line, anyone back there is going to look like shit. Nice shot there. But I mean, we don't know yet. Like I said, we don't really know who's going to pan out and who isn't. But I'm just saying from last year's 3, as far as going into this year and beyond, you don't really hear a lot of people talking positively about those 3 guys. They're like, well, like some of them are like talking about trying to replace them already. Not maybe the Pickett, but for as far as the other 2, they're like, okay, what do we need to look for options at quarterback here? If it's not Malik, some people are talking about that. And then with Ritter's already like thrown into the fucking garbage can. Ritter's like, fuck it. Let's just like, okay, you guys are already sold that he can't do it. But yeah, I like Ridder too, but I don't know if the organization likes him, but I like the way that he throws and he's got some leadership. But again, we already knew Mariota was temporary and they already got rid of him. But again, if you don't have an offensive line, shitty coaching, you don't have the pieces at running back, wide receiver, tight end, defense. I mean, regardless on who you put back there, it's just not going to look good. It's going to be a work in progress. You know what I mean? But I hope guys pan out. But as we know in this league, it's difficult. Not everyone is going to be as good as they're hyped up. That's facts.
Or passing down the family business. Or giving back to the places that inspire you. No matter your purpose, at PNC Private Bank, we will work with you every step of the way to help you achieve it. So let us focus on the how.
All right, baby. 90-74. They're starting to kind of pull away, but you never know. Maybe they'll get a little bit of a run in, but right now it's all Warriors.
I was protecting your credit score.
Pre-qualify with CarMax has no impact to your credit score.
Sorry, force a habit.
Anyway, then folks can shop
Right.
results.
I mean, like I said, I think even if you don't like the Bears, I haven't really heard a lot of people like wishing Justin Fields like is terrible. Like if Justin Fields being a good quarterback and actually being able to throw and having better weapons to go to would be good for the NFL. It would not be good for the NFL for him to suck. Like, it's like we got Trevor Lawrence and him, and that might be it. Because Zach Wilson looks like garbage. Trey Lance has potential, but he's hurt, so we don't know yet. And Mac Jones looks average. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you play above average, but I'm not sure if Mac Jones is a guy that's going to lead them to the promised land. Hell, there's Patriot fans that already want him on the bench over Zappy. I saw a thing where they had a Gem Mint 10 Mac Jones rookie card, and it has had the single highest drop out of any rookie. At one point, the card was worth $3,000. It's worth $28 today. That's not good. Imagine if you ended up buying that thing early on too. You're like, ooh, I got the Mac Jones for $1,000. Then it went up to like $3,000, and you're like, oh man. And then now it's worth $28. I'm so glad I did not invest in Mac Jones. My God. That's a loss. You hear about people losing money. What a drop off. But even with that being said, Mac Jones isn't terrible. He's just kind of a game manager, you know? 90-74 Warriors, whistle called. Oh, we got Poole and George on the ground. They collided.
Desperate for some kind of spark here with 9:19 remaining. Clippers have scored 18 points in 14 plus minutes in the second half. Steve Kerr's going to challenge this. So a light left, Steve Kerr and the Warriors want the officials to take a look.
Your morning coffee. Delicious, comforting. But by the third, fourth cup, your stomach might not feel so good. If that sounds like you, replace your afternoon cup with 5-Hour Energy. It's perfect for when you're feeling coffeeed out. Coffee in the morning, 5-Hour Energy after. Your stomach will thank you. Discover 5-Hour Energy.
What is your opinion on Malik? Like, if Tannehill's not there, do you feel comfortable with Malik and the team and the chemistry moving forward? Or would you like to bring in another person to compete with him? Is he the franchise guy in your eyes? With all the other Titans fans that you associate with, and you guys talk about, what's the perception between the Titan fan base? Is Malik the guy? Is it like 80%, feeling that way, 50-50? Like what's the kind of the gauge between the fan base? Are they sold on Malik potentially being the franchise QB, or are you guys looking for another guy or options? I mean, Malik is athletic as hell. He shows a lot of promise, I mean, if Malik got the right amount of reps and the right situation, I think he could put up, similar stats to like a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields from guys that we've seen, in the last couple years, or maybe like a Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. But, as far as like throwing the football, you guys don't really have very good wide receivers or tight ends as far as like big names. So you didn't really throw the football that much. So obviously, if you want to be able to take Malik's game to the next level, you got to be able to get another A.J. Brown clone type, even though you got Treylon Burks, but you need more, and then you guys need to throw the football instead of just being a running team. If you want to be able to take that to the next level, because it seems like Texans, Colts, Jags, everyone's getting better. And it's not like the Titans are going to finish in last place in the South. At least you wouldn't think so ever. But the division is, they're catching up. Some of the pieces are catching up a little bit. So. Yeah, some flashes though. Yeah, and we've seen him in college as well. But it doesn't really help his cause if you're not really throwing the ball. You know what I mean? You don't even really know what you got from him because the receivers on the team are not the greatest. They could be better. I think that's an honest observation that the wide receiving core is not the greatest. Tight ends, could be improved. There's not really any big names there, and they don't throw. They just run the ball and play good defense. That's their MO. But if you can get to a point where you are throwing and they don't have to have 8-9 in the box thinking Henry's getting the fucking ball every time, then you can take that offense to the next level, which I hope you guys do. 90-74 Warriors. Draymond with the board at the top of the key. Hands off to DiVincenzo. Back to Draymond on the baseline. Foul called. Paul George with 5.
George is racking up the fouls here in the second half. That's the overall story in the second half for Los Angeles.
Comeback desperation here by the Clippers. They've got smaller than I've ever seen. Kawhi Leonard is essentially the center right now. Paul George, their fourth.
Baseline jumper. No good. Rebound. Highland with the board and then a foul. See if the Clippers can get on a run or if they're mentally already out of it. This is the first basketball game that I've done where the game's kind of getting away. You know, like I've done quite a few since the NFL and college football season ended, and I really haven't had that many blowouts, honestly. Most of the games that I've done, you know, as far as 6, 7 p.m. Pacific time, either Blazers or, you know, whoever the games are, TNT at night or ESPN during the week, Monday, Wednesday. It's not over yet, but it's looking that way unless the Clippers can get on a big run here. Westbrook, nice offensive board. Westbrook again, wide open. No good. Anybody but him shooting. Highland for 3, no good. They had 3 3-point attempts, all bricks. 8 minutes left. All Golden State has to do is, I mean, the game is essentially over. It's just play some defense. You don't have to play a lot, but at least a little. Draymond. DiVincenzo for 3. It's good. All right, Dante. DiVincenzo. Warriors. Dante, top of the key, behind the back. Pass, down low. Looney. Nice pass from Draymond. Yeah. 95-74. Draymond says this bitch is over. Wow, 50-50. So he didn't do enough, right? But I think before you can make the evaluation, you got to be able to have better receivers there and then see what he can do. You know, because if he can actually make all the throws and there's better receivers there, then you're going to have a better gauge. But if the better receivers come and he still can't do it to your liking, then, you know, I don't think you can really give a fair evaluation on any quarterback there. You know, if you're like the team that throws the least out of everyone in the NFL and the talent could be a little bit better. You know, there's names, but I mean, we need better production than what we've, you know, received there. I did quite a few Titan games. I watched and followed almost. You know, I seen how the production went down, and every once in a while you'll get some numbers out of the tight ends, and you'll get some crazy games where you might get 2 tutties, you know, from a lower name guy. But overall, bigger names, you know, and then we'll see what happens there. But wow, 50-50. What do you think? Are you 50-50? Are you ready to move on, or are you willing to give them a shot? Will they be drafting a quarterback or grabbing a free agent quarterback this year? What's the word on the street for the Titans? Are they looking for you know, a competition with him? Oh wow. They have a back-to-back, and so they just benched all their guys. Terrible. Come on, Clippers. They're like, we lost. Gordon, Mann, Covington, Highland, and Coffee. Jesus. Okay, so they're really going to lose. So now this one will be a big blowout. I mean, unless nobody can fucking score because everyone's shitty, which might be. 3, no good. All right, so maybe they'll just dribble it out or try to dribble this out, but all the starters are out. They're like, we're going to save our players for tomorrow. I don't like that one bit. These guys are getting paid millions and millions of dollars. At least have them play a few more minutes. If they want to take them out with like 3 minutes to go, how much more tired are they going to be going from 7 minutes to 3 minutes left in the game? honestly. If you're going to be doing shit like that, just bench them. Don't even play them. Stolen. Warriors just running the score up. Almost an and one for Looney. Well, it was close for a little bit. Put the game in the fridge. It's in there. Put it in the freezer. It is. I got things situated for tacos and burritos. Had one a little bit earlier. I'm definitely gonna get the stove lit up a little bit and then heat everything up. And I'm hungry now. Nothing. I mean, like I said, you can always get stuff from the taqueria, and you go cheap with the Taco Bell, but nothing like making homemade for yourself. Especially if you have all the ingredients at home. I don't know, something about just doing it at home and that type of taste. It's money. And usually there's enough meat where you can have like fucking tacos for a few days. It's not like tacos, burritos. It's not going to run out. Like you're going to have it for, a couple meals, which I don't mind one bit. 98-76 Warriors. They got a little E40 in the background. Tell me when to go. Okay, baby. Paul George is like, I suck. He's like, I needed help today. Kawhi had 21 at least. 11 for George, and you're a Hall of Famer? Come on, man. Plumlee outscored you. For golly. Jordan Poole, 34. Klay Thompson with 19. And Draymond with 12, 9, and 9. I want that. I need that. Yeah. Yeah, I like him. I just get more pieces of talent around him, and I think he can show you what he can do. And then if people still want to, see what else is out there, that's fine. But I mean, the NFL is a what have you done for me league type of thing, but also you have to look at it, from a fair perspective. $178 Warriors. Oh! Fuck. Okay. Looney with the slam. Yeah. 102-78 Warriors. Man, no good. Vincenzo with the board. A couple more possessions, and then they can kind of dribble it out. Less than 5 minutes to go. All right, timeout. Let's see if they're taking out some of their players. All right, so we probably got another, 32 minutes left after the game is over, and then we'll do a few minutes of whatever you guys want. I'll let you guys control what you guys want to see, and then we'll probably call it a night at that time, somewhere between the 3-hour mark and the 3-hour 30-minute mark. So still has school tomorrow, so usually the cutoff for me is going to be like 10:30 at the very latest. So all right, $25, 75 to go, no problem. Appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow more than likely. And like I said, we got XFL on the weekend, and then I got AEW Revolution. We got pay-per-view. So Saturday at 4 is the Sea Dragons and the Vipers. So we'll probably end up doing that, and then also NASCAR. So I got to see NASCAR's on Sunday at 12:30, and then AEW's pay-per-view is that Saturday or Sunday. Hopefully it's Saturday. AEW Revolution. What date is it? Oh, man, it's Sunday. Shit. Sunday when, though? At 5? 4 p.m. Pacific time. Shit. So that's like I'll do NASCAR, and then I'll have to purchase that and then do a separate stream, I guess. 102-78 Warriors. Jumper is no good. See if the Clippers tried to attack the paint or just shoot threes. Well, we got a lot of the scrubs in right now, so this one is pretty much over.
Of course, you have the LeBron James news where they're going to reevaluate him in 3 weeks. A tendon issue in the foot. That certainly could tip the scale.
Nice backdoor cut, and one is good.
We saw the note earlier, but I want to get your thoughts on Kevin Durant, what you saw from him last night, his first game as a Sun. That looks like it all works together.
Yeah, he looks like a very good fit.
Listen, he's been amazing. He's had several injuries now. He comes back.
Free throw is good. 102-81. Yeah, I am actually excited, and I hope that we get a lot of Kevin Durant games. I mean, I don't mind if it's Blazers or, Suns. They're going to mix them up, Grizzlies, but I hope we do get a few Suns games late that I can actually do, because I would love to be able to see Durant. I need to see how he meshes with CP3, Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. But, I mean, player for player, that's a nice 4. CP3 might be the worst one out of those 4, too. All right, Matt. Take care, bro. Gordon fouled.
Where it gets really interesting is when you get into the 5 spot down through
102-81. Got 4 minutes to go. It'll go by here pretty quick.
New Orleans, a team that could make a late run when Zion Williamson comes back. That's the thing.
Free throw is missed.
Warriors, people are, going to get guys back, and so this thing could change.
3 games against Memphis remaining for the Clippers. They got 1 more against Golden State next week. 2 more against
Second free throw is good.
14 of their last 17 will be against the West. And you say, well,
Come on, boy. Let's go. 102-82. Warriors up by 20. Stretching this game out. They just need to end the game. It's like, they're up by 20 to stop fouling. Let them finish.
But their defense hasn't been good for quite a while here. After playing the first 33 games this year as the Cortez defensive league, over the last 31 games, they're in the bottom 5 defensively in the league. So that's been long-term.
Fadeaway. Front rim is no good. Couple more shots, and then this one will be just done. Wow, defensive ranking has just been terrible. They went from 4th to 24th. Holy shit. That's a big drop-off. Covington for 3. 102-85, 3:30 left to go. Just garbage time now with these players that are in, just getting guys experience and guys that normally are on the bench that never play or play minimally, and they're getting a little chance. Kuminga for 3. Gordon for 3 is good. With that 3, they just went over 20%. That's terrible. 105-88 Warriors. Another 3 from Golden State is good. .20 lead. Moses Moody with the 27-footer. Okay, isolation at the top of the key. Fade, no good. Offensive rebound by the Clippers. Jump shot, no good. This one's already nail in the coffin, already done. Ooh, there's a dunk. Okay, baby. He's like, I never play. Give me that dunk. Patrick Baldwin Jr. He said, fuck it, man. I'm not going to get a whole lot of opportunities. Give me that. Gordon for 3. No good. 110-88. Golden State up by 22. Wide open corner 3. No good. Highland and 1.
When those guys return, when Curry and Peyton and Wiggins are all back in the mix, let's say they can all get back to the floor together. He really likes how the bench is going to set up. We're going to pull DiVincenzo to the bench, and then you've got that second layer on the bench to help you get through the regular season. It all is kind of shaping up for Golden State right now.
Well, their starting lineup, you know,
Free throw is good. All right, Bones, I see you.
throughout most of the year, I haven't looked at it lately because they haven't had that lineup.
110-91 Warriors. 3, no good. Batted out of bounds.
And you know, it's funny because the talk among fans,
Yeah, Golden State with that 42 points in the third quarter. That was it. Especially when the fucking Clippers get 16. I mean, it's tough to be able to rebound after some debacle like that. Like, you're already mentally like, oh, fuck, we're done. Even with a Westbrook and a Kawhi and a Paul George, it's not good enough. Paul George is kind of overrated, I feel, too. I feel he's like a very, very good player, but he's not like, I don't know. He doesn't do as many superstar things that he gets paid, I guess, for. Like, his money, doesn't reflect like his clutch factor, I guess. Like, he's a great player, probably will be a Hall of Famer, but it just seems like in the playoffs, it doesn't really work out very well for him. Typically in the playoffs, like, doesn't really give his best performances. Like, his best performances normally are like in the regular season if he's healthy, rather than in the postseason. I mean, every once in a while he'll have a fantastic postseason game, but seems like he's kind of like Chris Paul, doesn't really give you as much. And 1. Jonathan Kuminga with the and 1. 114-91 with 39 seconds left. Even Kuminga's got 18, 19. You're in trouble if Kuminga's got fucking 19 points against you. It's like, oh, fuck. 35 seconds left. Nice pass down to Plumlee. Tried to put a little bit too much flavor on that layup. All right, you don't need to score here. All right, shot clock is separated by about 1 second, so. Other team will still have like a second left. $1.8.
Fourth and final game of the season. That could be big. Warriors win that, they'll have the tiebreaker on the Clippers. Fewest points allowed this year. The Warriors give up just 91.
Wow, fewest points allowed for the year. Final score: Warriors 115, Clippers 91. All right, so we got about 22 minutes left, and then we'll see where we're at. And then if we go for another 30 minutes after that, we'll kind of decide based on who's in the room and where we're sitting, with everything. So at this point, let me know where you guys want to go. I'm going to delete some of these photos, and anything that we want to be able to go over and discuss, we can do that. And we'll leave the studio and we'll go somewhere a little bit good for the mental health. We can go somewhere like this. Yeah. All right, let me delete some of these photos here. Yeah, Jordan Poole with the interview.
I know they were about some early in the third quarter.
34.
In the last 2 games, you guys have outscored the opponent by 81-33 in the third quarter. What has it been about your defense in the third quarter was last 2 games? Just credit to our coaching staff, having a really good game plan set up for us. The guys have been coming locked in, ready to execute. And just being able to lock in the second half and kind of give us a push coming out of the halftime has been huge for us. We got to find a way to
All right. I think I got all those done. 11 30-plus point game. All right, hold on here.
What is your favorite rap bar that has something to do with basketball? What is it? Any rap line by Baby Tron? Any rap line by Baby Tron? Can you think of a player who told you to tell you this? The player who told you? Andre. 1,000%. He just asked me on the bench. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate your time there. Back to you guys.
Dave Smiles are back with
All right, I'm going to go to MLB Network. Want to be able to soak in, even if it's like cactus stuff. We got Braves, Mets. What's on coming up? Yankees, Pirates. Okay. What about the Mariners? I got to go up here too. We got a few more minutes. We'll be able to kick it. Let's see. Is the Mariner? Oh, they don't have the Mariner replay. Where's Root? Oh, they don't. College basketball. Fuck. And then let's go NFL. What's on scouting combine? I can watch a little bit of that too. Okay. All right, so we got a few more minutes that we can go, and again, you guys let me know what direction. Stream is about you guys. After any time I do an event, after that it's all you. So let me know where you guys want to go, and whether it doesn't really matter what it is. And I got to be able to find something here. Oh yeah. All right, what do I got? Grey's Anatomy, Swamp People. Ooh, Swamp People. Next Level Chef. Station 19, Simpsons, King of the Hill. Oh, I need to watch The Flash. Let's see. All right, I think I'm going to do a little Swamp People. Swamp People is one of my favorite shows. I've been watching that for 14 years. I haven't missed a Swamp People ever. Troy Landry. T-Roy. But yeah, we can do food, we can do nostalgia. I mean, it's kind of up to you guys. Like I said, it's whatever you guys want. I got Swamp People going on here, so we can start off with some food, and then if people come in, we can kind of gauge it by that point. Try to find some good quality food here. I need to go eat some food here in a second, some tacos and burritos, but for the time being, we'll try to do some like pulled pork or brisket or steaks or burnt ends or Mexican food or whatever. So, oh, here we go. Gator season. Fucking love this show. It's the best. That pulled pork and brisket's ridiculous. And all of them are competing to try to get 350 tags. That's a lot of money. All right, no worries. Like I said, I'm not gonna be going too much longer. 16 more minutes, or maybe 15 to 45 minutes, and then we'll be calling it a day, and we'll be back tomorrow.
As the sun rises over South Louisiana, another day of gator hunting kicks off. Feeling good on bait, Garden? Yes, indeed. Let's get it, baby. And then we gotta stay focused like our lives depend on it. Once again, the Landrys are dominating the competition. While LeBron Pork Chop and Bruce continue their rapid ascent, and the Eggers battle it out in third. Nearby USUP. I'm getting too many nests. The eggs are not fertile. Daniel Dorian has set lines in an area where the Eggers harvest eggs in the off-season.
Oh, those burnt ends look good.
Some of these nests I've been picking 25 years, and all of a sudden I'll come and the eggs are clear. They're not fertile. I know what the problem is.
Because the eggs collected in this area never hatch, Daniel knows the local dominant bulls must be sterile. I've got some big, mature bulls that are old and not fertile anymore. So we're going to go into that area and target those non-fertile bulls. Hopefully, little younger bulls come in and breed these females. Time for the young blood to come in. Time for the young blood.
115-91 final with Golden State. And we got a few more minutes, and usually we at the end of the streams, we'll usually just try to throw up different things, whatever the fans want, nostalgia, video games, food. And so we're just going down kind of the food avenue, and then we'll go for a little bit longer, and then we'll call it a day unless we get someone coming in with some kind of dono for a request, and then we can shift gears. That's a massive burger. The Bob Saget lookalike. Rest in peace.
That's part of the management plan. That's the brood, Scott. That's what we're trying to protect. Let's take a look at this thing. What is that? Let's get him up here. Let's take a look at this thing. Absolutely.
All right. This 9-footer is a good catch for the Eggers. It certainly won't hurt their season average.
That's a younger bull, like you. Not a sterile bull, Paul, but we'll take him. Yep. We will respect him. It's a good alligator, and it's not bad for my average, but he's not the bull that I'm after. Because the 9-foot alligator obviously is still fertile. That's a breeding bull like you, Buck. Hey. But look, don't get it in your head that I'm not a breeding bull. He still got us.
Farther east, in Vacherin, Ron and Pork Chop are answering a call for help.
You gotta get him, bro. Take it. Come here.
Yesterday, their neighbors to Mountain Fruit alerted them to a serious threat.
And then my kids and my nieces and nephews out swimming and they came running, screaming inside. Got to get it at the swim corner, man. I talked to a couple guys down the street and they have the same issue too. So, you will only be helping out here. You'll be helping out our community, man. I appreciate that so much. And we can take care of that situation, Anything for the community, guys. I got 4 little boys, and just the thought of any one of them getting hurt by alligators is disturbing. It's very disturbing. So I look at the other kids in the community just like I look at my own kids, and I make sure I protect them too. It's our duty to do that. Right out, look up. Yeah, that's what I want, that. Where you going at? How you get on there? Like that. You gotta get the dinner. Hold up. You got the dinner right there. Whatever you got dinner right there, Pork Chop. They got a lot of dinner in there. Hold on. Woo, man. Put it on the road.
Hey, get that yuck on the car problem around people, man. I'm happy we just got him away from that community area, man.
This 9-footer, less than half a mile from people's homes, is a wake-up call for LaRon and Porkchop. The danger to the community is real.
Now you got to get comfortable around people. I mean, they're not running from nobody; they're running to you, and that's a problem. But get to that side. Children ain't the only one have to worry about, man. That thing eat a full-size human. That's not bad. But we got to keep looking.
Over on Bayou Sorrel, ever since his son Little Willie took a job on land, veteran hunter Willie Edwards has struggled. He now finds himself in last place and will try making up some ground treble hooking in a secret location that's not easy to get in or out of.
I can cross this little hill here, and I'm hoping I can get across. Looking pretty freaking low. Get down here to it. We got to go across that thing. They got a little ball pit where I fish at and everything, and they got a ridge across the front of it. You got to slide over into the hole. Now, right across the hole is 40 foot of water. I mean, you got plenty of water. But going across that hill, you got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to drop a boat. And I hope I can get in there, and I hope to get back out. I'm going to just have to be quick about it, roll with it, try it out. Yeah, it looks like the water level went down a little bit. And that ain't good. It is low. Oh, no.
The sandbar will get shallower as the morning goes on. Willie wastes no time getting down to business.
Right now, we got some big alligators right here bubbling.
Candace, how are you? Yeah, we're just kind of wrapping up here after the game is over. So we probably got, another 7-8 minutes to go unless we get a bunch of people coming through here at the very end. So I'm just kind of doing photos of different things. If you have any requests of anything that you want to see here in this last few minutes, I mean, I was going to go, to the 3-hour mark or the 3-hour and 30-minute mark, just depending on where we were with people and where we were at. But if you got a request of anything that you want to see food wise or anything in general, just let me know. Then I'm going to make some dinner, hang out with my pup, and we'll be back at it tomorrow.
This 12-foot beast could be the ticket out of last place.
I got swamp people going on here. They just got a 12-footer. Damn. Can't believe I've been watching this show for 14 years, but I fucking love it.
And put that alligator in the boat by yourself. And I mean, the boat I got now is pretty hard to do. Big alligators like this by myself, it's gonna slow me down big time. But I need this to get him tagged.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope things get a little bit better for you. Yeah, I mean, like I said, usually I'll try to stay, as long as I can before there's kind of like a cutoff point, but once we get tomorrow, when we're at Friday, then obviously there's no real time period because there's no school for anybody or anything like that. So, but I hope things can slightly get better for you. If you got something that I can put up on there to make you feel a little bit better, I can do that. Oh no, I'm so sorry to hear that. Were you able to like visit, or is she not in the same state as you? Or we didn't really talk about how far away she was from you, but I'm so sorry to hear that.
We all have a purpose in life, a why. Maybe it's perfecting that special place that you want to keep in the family. Or passing down the family business.
Oh, she isn't in the same state. I'm sorry to hear that.
The places that inspire you. No matter your purpose, at PNC Private Bank, we will work with you every step of the way to help you achieve it. So let us focus on the how. Just tell us, what's your why?
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. With the money you save, we tried electric unicycles.
I think I got it.
Healthy paddle, only pay for what you need.
At Domino's, we are obsessed with delivery.
I'm not sure other guys think about delivery.
So it breaks our heart when we see delivery done wrong.
Like soggy fries. They're soggy, they don't deliver well.
We knew we had to do something about it. Turns out the solve wasn't better fries. It was tots. Hot, crispy, golden. Because we're a pizza company, we loaded them with pizza toppings. Our tots are made to be delivered. Introducing new loaded tots.
And they're only $6.99 each when you order pizza and tots. What else could be better than that?
I thought we had a plan for Dad. He was set to go to the senior living community right by my house. Then a friend suggested I talk to a place for Mom. They really opened my eyes. My advisor listened and understood his needs and showed us options that were still nearby, but a better fit for Dad.
Yeah,
Now,
I figured that was the one that you were talking about. Sorry to hear that.
Our service comes at no cost to your family. Connect with us today.
Fun stuff goes into your vehicle every season of the year. But so does some really messy stuff. You need complete year-round protection, like laser measured cargo liners from WeatherTech, or the bump step to protect your bumper, and laser measured floor.
All right, so I'm going to go over just some of the photos that we just pulled up here within the last like 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're probably just going to call it a day since the game is over and whatnot. And it's a little bit of a slower Thursday night, but I'll be back tomorrow. And obviously Jordan Poole had a big game for them. That was a big reason why they ended up winning. 34 points, 9 for 20 from the field, 11 for 12 from the free throw line. And then we'll just go through these photos one last time, and then we'll call it a day. Prayers up for you and your family and for you.
Sure, you'll teach her how to drive a car. Then use Greenlight to power her independence with crash detection with 911 dispatch, family location sharing, and emergency SOS alerts. Invest in your best investment with Greenlight.
Damn, I definitely want a burger now, but I'll be having tacos, burritos here in just a couple minutes.
No, the U.S. government has set aside billions of dollars for those who have suffered. The Marine Corps will not be impacted. Will a cancellation claim affect my VA benefits? No. According to the VA, you're right.
Wish there was something else that I could say or do to make things a little bit better. But obviously, as you know, all I can do is, pray. And like I said, I hope things, get better. even though it's a very difficult situation. Stay strong, and then hopefully I end up seeing you here tomorrow or whenever the time is right for you. Appreciate you and everything that you bring to the channel. I'm glad Sarah brought you over, and you are a key piece to this channel that we appreciate very much so. So I'll be thinking about you and your family member as well. But I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. Thank you to everyone that donated, everyone that supported, shared, came in and dropped a like. I appreciate all you guys, also the people that shared it on Twitter. I'll be around more depending on when you come in tomorrow if you're going to be in here. And obviously spending some time with me and Sarah might be good. So I appreciate you very, very much. Candace, Jameson, everyone else in the building, I love you and appreciate you. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. And I'm out. Gang.